Hello, everyone. Welcome. Um, so this session is of Apocalypse Pi. So I want to welcome everyone to the stream. So this may or may not be a shorter session. We are a couple of players down. We have one actually driving currently from Indianapolis. So they
I've been
may
doing some
be
map making because maps are fun. I
yeah,
love maps. So welcome to Detroit, I guess. Because we still need to come up with a better name for this city.
yeah.
Better
Ah,
than Tibity or better than Detroit.
no bonk.
No bonk? But why no bonk?
Guz. Hi, Smokey.
Oh, there you go. Now we're live. Okay,
Ah,
fantastic.
there we go. Hey, hey, hey,
And
hey.
hit refresh.
All the
So,
bonks.
last session we had character creation, and today we're going to be basically continuing on session 0. The idea is that now you've done the hard part for your end. You have your characters, you know who you are. We have Iris Rebrainer, played by Raven. We have Fluffy the Gunlugger, played by Digital. We have Gazelle, the cannibal Skinner diplomat, which makes me laugh every time. I love it, played by Zachary. And we have Dragonista the Battle Babe, played
Hey.
by Azabeth. Normally, we would also have
Alright,
Folger the Maestro D,
fine.
played by Yasha,
Hi,
and Lith
Prince.
the Hocus, played by Nano.
Hi,
However, Nano is
Smokey.
at work, and Yasha is, we don't know right now. So, let's just jump straight in. For now,
Hi.
we're just going to take a day and follow our characters around. I'm going to be asking a ton of questions, asking you about your day, about your lives, about the city you live in. And then I'm going to take all the answers you give me. I'm going to put it together,
Oh,
and I'm going to create a whole bunch of threats for you.
Digital,
What's up,
thank
Raven?
you for the subscription.
So, Apocalypse World is a bit unusual. It's not like Dungeons and Dragons where everyone is in the party and you're all there at the same time. You're all doing your things. Remember, this is a world where I want to make it as real as possible, and what I want you to do is to be as real as possible.
Hey.
You're not a party, you're not player characters, you are people with hopes and desires and dreams that will occasionally
Hello.
cause friction between each other. So, first things first, we're going to be splitting up. I know, we're splitting the party. First thing. Let me quickly pull this off to the side.
Let me know if you can hear me okay.
Crap, damn it. There we go. So,
Yes, you
how
are
do
right.
I want
Phantom
to
is
set
a
this up?
cutie.
I see Yasha.
You see a Yasha? Yasha is here?
I'm here.
Yay! We have 5!
Woo! And the moment you sent me that message, like, oh shit, right, fuck.
All right. So, for the benefit of chat, this is Yasha, Folger the Maestro D. We were just doing the introductions again. So, that, as I was telling chat, we're basically doing a continuation of session 0. I'm going to follow you guys around your lives to see how are you doing, what is your day like. I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions and listen to your answers. And remember, whatever you say, that's true. I'm going to take what you say, I'm going to make it true. So it's like, I'm relying on you to give me good answers. Like, I'm going to take what you say and run with it. So keep that in mind. If you make up something, it's true now. So, I actually had a plan.
Greatly in mind.
So, I had a set number of pairings that I had thought about for if we had 5 players.
No, not on the tail.
Looking at our
No,
relationships with each other, I note that Gazelle and Iris are friends. That Fluffer and Fluffy and Folger Fluffy, you do bodyguard work, and you're a bouncer basically for the winged flame. So let's split you up into those two groups. Azabeth, you're a battle babe, so I'm going to let you go wherever you want. Whether you want to go with Gazelle and Iris, or whether you want to be with Fulgur and Fluffy.
I'll go to the club. That seems like a good place to be.
Okay, fantastic.
Hell
Now,
yeah, we got shit.
all right. It is the start of a session. So at the start of every session, what we do is we pay one barter. Basically, you're paying for your upkeep. You're saying you're paying not to be starving and destitute and in the streets. You're paying to have a house, to have food, to have water. It's a standard of one barter per session. And I wanted to ask you a question about that. You all have a varying amount of barters as starting capital. What is barter in Detroit? Like, is there a barter system? Is there a currency system? What do you guys value enough to trade it for food, rent, and water?
No party.
Is there currency, or do we just trade things for what we need?
That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Is like, Gazelle suggested that he had a necklace of human ears, which I'm kind of leery of saying. Yes, this is currency. I don't think that's a good barter standard. I don't think people want human ears.
Probably not.
I would say it's more like a goods kind of thing. So like maybe the kills that we get we bring into town, and the whatever type of creature that we slayed in the wild, or person even, we use whatever remnants of their gear to sell and get some kind of currency,
Some sort of shinies.
some sort of shinies.
That's a good point. I mean, you are all animal creatures. But
Yeah.
are shiny things better?
Everybody appreciates shiny things.
I like shinies.
Yeah, we all like shinies.
Wonderful.
I think also favors might be.
Tell me about this. It's like the shinies. It's like anything. Does it just have to be shiny, or does it have to be like gold, silver, jewels? Because I mean,
they're usually of like a rounder material, some would say, but they could be like, either like pieces of old equipment that have
No.
their luster.
No. Sorry, I was interacting with chat.
bad dragoness, bad dragoness.
Well, it would have to be something that you
No
just
laxatives.
can't get or pick up and have. It'd have to be something with value.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll note also, we're basically 20 years on from all the infrastructure dying down. So food and water and shelter, those are pretty rare commodities. It's like those are things
I got
that
your
are
hydrate.
valuable. I'm trying to think. It's like, shinies are good. They're nice and pretty. Would they save your life in the apocalypse?
Nay. Probably more just like the meat of the animals then.
Meat.
Meat.
Meat is good.
Meat is good.
Or food.
Food.
What if there was some sort of food?
Well, here's a question. Do we want to have there to be some sort of actual currency, or is this just goods bartering? I feel like probably goods bartering is more what we'll be doing than, or maybe some crime bosses have some sort of token that they can hand out, but it wouldn't necessarily be universally accepted.
Maybe even favors being a currency. So I do you a favor, you do me a favor, or you give me something for that favor.
So I'm hearing barter. I'm hearing goods. I'm hearing maybe a currency backed by the local mob. I like that last one because that implies like
it could be worth a quantity of food too, because food's such an important thing.
I mean, that could be what backs the currency is it's not gold backed, it's food backed currency.
So what I'm hearing is there's a local currency issued by one of the mobs, which can be tradable for food or favors. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Food, what you need, or favors. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I love that.
I don't know if we want to deal with this, but there could even be more than one local currency because
Oh, there
there's more than
absolutely is.
one mob or like larger organizations in the city.
That's
Don't want to
absolutely
use the
correct.
wrong coin in the wrong place.
Hi, Primal. How's it going?
Sometimes it might work. They might take it based off of the fact that the other group still has power and it can back the coin. But you know, if they fall apart, if you have the wrong coin, then maybe it's not worth anything anymore.
Oh, already I love this. You guys are setting me up with so many levers to push on. It's like mobs can fall apart, currency can become devalued. You can be in the wrong part of town. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, your shinies don't have value here because that mob's not important here.
Okay. So, let's go ahead and let's say that's what barter is. Go ahead and
Awesome.
send one
Yay.
barter out of your character sheet. I have given you all your fillable PDFs. Do we all have do we all have those pulled up?
Yep.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to quickly pin that in the Discord just because that way we all know where they are.
Gotcha.
Quick,
Nice.
Add pin.
All right.
There we go.
So, what are we pinning? What are we marking down for barter?
You should, in gear and barter, you should see that right now you have, oh, I actually failed to write that down. Look at your starting gear. Looks like you have oddments worth 8 barters, so you're fucking loaded. Wow. So go ahead and go to your character sheet, mark down 1 barter for the start of session. And normally Nano would be here to roll Lith's fortune roll. However, they are not. So there are certain character playbooks, like the Hocus, the Hard Holder. They have start of session rolls that will determine how things are going in the hold. So since Nano isn't here to roll that, I'm gonna roll for them because Lith is out doing whatever. His followers are still around. They're still angry. They still need food. They're still in need of everything. So the way that start a session roll is, let me quickly pull up Nano's character sheet. At the beginning of the session, roll plus fortune. Right now, Lith's fortune, rather, the fortune for Lith's followers is +1. So I'm going to roll 2d6. +1. So that's 5 plus 1 is 6. Which means, oh boy, I get to have some fun.
Oh, yay.
Oh,
On a miss, they are in want. So what that means is that right now, their want is disease and desertion.
Let
Oh
me
boy. So
let me ask Bell, because that Bell is the game master, so that would be up to them. Bell, I have a question from chat, from Phantom specifically, asking if they ban an in-game action, will it be allowed?
I would prefer not to have that, just because it's like
Okay.
a team. first off, it seems like it'd be hard to do that. Like, what would that actually look like? Like, what in-game actions would they want to ban?
Okay.
Especially because, like, this is a game where there are 7 main moves. Sorry, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 main moves. So if you ban a move, that's not only just limiting their actions, it's like limiting pretty hardcore on the game.
Understandable. So I'm going to go ahead and disable that. Thank you, Phantom.
You know when?
You're good. Go ahead.
Thank you for asking. That's a good question.
You might
No,
want to
no,
get rid of the IRL voice band too.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, please, Phantom.
Let me know you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So I've had some fun with a little map creator. Created basically a little interim map for the city of Detroit, I guess.
Love the name.
I still want to come up with a better name for the city than Detroit. You guys need to help me out
Yeah.
here.
E.
Yeah.
So, general layout of the city. Everything in this city is a city the size and shape of a mountain. It starts out with low outlying districts that are, all cramped and dense where the peasants live. And then as you get towards center, as you get towards the Lich Lord's Tower, it all gets taller and denser and richer. It goes from regular stone, wood, and mud. Well, maybe not mud, but it's a good city to live in. But it's relatively unornamented to marble and gold. On a hot day, the entire center of the city gleams golden. And it's hard not to feel like the weight of the past you're living in. It's like you can see what the city was like.
Thank you, Phantom.
You can see the port ring with the port ring with its army of dormant golems. You can see the ruined wreckage of the Lich Lord's Tower. It was infinitely tall. It's fallen over on its side like 90 degrees down. It's crumbled. It's leaking magical waste. It stretches to the horizon. Like, you have no idea whether it's infinite, whether it's like just looks that way. That's that purple mark right here. You can see it's fallen basically along a road and blocked a gate out of the city. It's in pieces. It's crumbling. You can enter it at these 3 points. So I'm sure that won't cause any problems down the line.
No, not at all.
Over here, you have the old Sky Yard, where the old airships carried barges of goods from the forest district out to the outlying areas of the city. You have the Holy Zoo, which you, as animal people, all know very well, because that's where you were born. That's where, when the Lich Lord's Tower spilled on his menagerie, you all got, I don't know, uplifted, mutated, whatever you want to call it. That's where the plague started. That's where you guys started. That's where all the humans started to really panic, because guess what? Now we have other sentient animal people who are better at life than we are.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're super mutants.
Yay.
Yay.
So, we also have the market at the center of town, the teeming flesh market here where B is located. We have the university. That's where all the wizards studied, where they did all their magic nice and close to the Lich Lord's Tower, where he can keep a close eye on them and fireball them as needed. So, I'm going to start with Folger and Fluffy and Dragonista over at the Winged Flame. Let me ask you this, Yasha, where is the Winged Flame? Because I know you said that this is a town. Your bar is protected by secrecy and passwords, and not vouching for people. It's very much kind of a BDSM munch kind of vibe, where it's like only basically no assholes allowed. if some, that's not going to say that no assholes will find their way in, but it's like you're doing your best to kind of vouch for your customers.
Indeed.
So, where on the map is it?
Alright, on the map, I'd say it'd be somewhere near along. Like, where's the main entrance again?
The main entrance to the city, you mean? It depends on when you're asking. If you're asking 20 years ago, the main entrance to the city was right here, in the port ring. This is a walled fortress of a city. It's designed as much to keep people in as it is to keep people out. You had 3 gateways out that were mostly vestigial because, as you know, back then, teleportation had made roads basically obsolete. You didn't need to travel between these 7 megacities. You didn't need to have infrastructure leading out to farms or to production centers because you had magically produced food right here in the city. You had magical portals to the elemental planes of fire and water, providing like glacial cold ice, glacial runoff cold water, pure and clean, anywhere you wanted. You didn't need a river, you didn't need transport. So 20 years ago, that was right here. Now my question for you is, these gates, well, this gate is probably a bit smashed because it's got a tower going through
We're
it.
calling it Apocalypse Pi.
Now, the problem is, it's got a tower going through it, and it's dangerous as hell to go near
I
that
need to
witch tower
look
because it's full of
and
magical
remind
items.
myself what it's called.
It's full of monsters. Anything getting near there is going to have to contend with those. These 2 gates were pretty. They're like 50 feet tall, like 12 feet deep, solid metal and bronze. They weigh thousands of
It's
tons
Apocalypse
to
World
open those
is the
gates.
game.
So I'm going to ask you as a whole.
Not quite.
How have you opened those gates?
And-
Are you tunneling through
and-
them? Do you
and
have
no.
like a pulley and
No
lever
chicken
system?
Popeye.
What's going on there? Are the gates open? Are they shut? Talk to me.
I think the gates. So, I might have missed this interacting with chat, so I apologize. Were the walls built before or after Magic?
Before Magic.
Okay.
Like I said, for some context,
Mhm.
there are 7 megacities across the continent,
Okay.
and basically nothing in between. You are in a megacenter of civilization. These walls were built to keep out dragons. These walls were built to keep out anything in the D&D Monster Manual. They are like 200 feet tall, like 50 feet thick of granite and brick. They are you would need to work on these walls for like a year to get through them. They're big fuck all
Yeah.
walls.
I think the gates themselves were probably operated by Magic, and because that's no longer
That
a
makes
thing,
sense.
the openings to the wall would be hard to get. Like, if they were open, they wouldn't be open very much because we would have had to brute force through.
It's also
I like-
possible that other openings have been created, and also
Mhm.
if there's only 2 entrances to the city, those would be some contested points that you could controlling that could be valuable.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we got 2 entry points. Magic used to be used to open those gates, but since magic no longer works, I'm going to say that magic was also used to hold them shut, like to glue them shut. And since magic no longer works, you're only contending with the weight.
Right.
So, simple question. Open or closed? Are the gates open or closed? Because no matter what you pick, you're going to have a hard time changing that. So if the gates are open, that's where you're going to get attacked. If the gates are closed, you're going to have a hard time getting out.
One open, one closed.
Okay? Which one's
Yeah.
open, which one's closed?
I-
I'd say the one nearest the Forge district would be the most likely open because they would still have all their like regular tools and stuff that they would have used to like probably chip away at it, get that opening so
Neat.
we could have that access if need be.
That makes sense. It's big, but it's been 20 years. You've had
This
We've had time.
this
Like
is
it's been
really
generations.
my.
You know, a couple of kids. You know, getting in there. Getting
Other than
dirty.
D&D, this is the only real
I would
other.
argue as well
roleplay
that it's
game.
Probably
Oh.
a new gate
Yeah.
that has been built beneath, like the opened gate or in the opening of the gate, that is more easily functioned with the current.
like it cut out a
technology.
doorway kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or a tunnel.
Maybe it's
Like-
guarded.
They made an opening, but then they put a door in the opening.
Okay.
So that way they can control who comes in, who comes out. To an extent, you know, unless something big comes knocking, then they gotta like, oh shit.
Okay, so we have 2 gates into the city, a third that is blocked by a tower. The northwest gate is open, the southeast is closed. So, Yasha, with that in mind, where's your bar?
Most likely in the Forge district.
In the Forge district. So you know you're used to heat as a dragon. You know that the Forge district is incredibly hot. Let me just say, let me just put it like that. Going in there with a jacket is a miserable experience.
Hmm.
You all, with the exception of God. Sorry, my mouth ran away with me. With the exception of Fulgur, you're all pretty. Well, with the exception of Fulgur and Dragonista, you're all pretty fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
So, this area is just baking. It's like the stones aren't red hot, but they are painful to the touch. It's like they remember the history of when they were powered by elementals, when elementals ran this place.
Hmm.
And actually, in the Forest District, you know that there's a core of elementals somewhere around here. So, I'm going to let you choose
Yeah.
where the bar is and where
Just
the
in like
elementals
EC.
live. Just give me like is it in
The bar, for the bar, it's, I will say, is closer to the center.
Hmm.
So we get like a wide range of customers. And the elementals will be closer to the gates, probably around midway.
So the bar is probably here in this open square, and then the elementals are probably closer over here.
Either there or a bit closer to the bar.
Like right here?
Yeah.
All right. Let me make a note of that.
Toasted nuggies.
Yeah. No toasted nuggies. We like to stay cool. Gotta stay cool.
So do you have some system for cooling your bar?
That's a good question.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's partially underground, isn't it?
Yeah, it is partially underground. That's where the arena is for the fighting. Well, for most of it, yeah.
It's geothermally cooled.
Besides, we serve like multiple species and people. Hey, we got some good ass alcohol. You might not like the food, but you got the alcohol.
Good ass alcohol. I like that. So you're towards the center of town. You have a varied clientele, and of course, we all know that this is a mob bar. Or rather, do people know that this is a mob bar?
No. They know
Oh.
it's owned by a business, but they don't know that the business is an actual mob.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to your character sheet real quick here. Let me pull that up. You said that your bar has, let's see, what do we put for the bar? You said that it's got an intriguing vibe. It's got a cage fight in the center and a hole in the floor. It's got violence. And it's got kind of a fantasy theme. What does fantasy theme look like to you?
Fantasy theme? for me, how I was thinking it is the fantasy theme is the variety you see in the bar. Like sometimes you see creatures that aren't like usually there
Hmm.
or usually around. Because this bar is just a pub for just foods, drinks, and entertainment. So everyone wants to come around and see that shit. Even the curious
Okay.
man.
So
Yeah.
let's start there with Folger, Fluffy, and Dragonista. Fluffy, I imagine you're manning the doorway. Is that right?
Make sure you hydrate if you haven't already.
Good idea. Hydration, good.
Grab hydration here in a minute. Yeah, I'd say I'd be at the moment I'm guarding. Either
Okay.
guarding the door, or if there's a fight going on, I'd probably be down there instead.
Okay. You say down in the pit. You're leaving the door unguarded. What does that look? Rather, let me paint a picture. I'm imagining this bar as being, it's got lots of food. It's kind of dingy. It's got lots of dark corners where people can meet and deals can go down. It's got a hole in the ground with probably like a chain link fence going around so people can kind of look down but not film. Actually, cancel that. Unless you say differently, I'm going to say that it has like a railing around the hole, but not like a full fence.
Pretty much.
Because if I put a fence, I can't have someone fall into the hole. I can't have that.
Right.
I know, right?
Can't have
Think of it
safety.
like if you know the How to Train Your Dragon type of cage, it's like that but with no chains on top of it. It has
I like
bars.
that. So it's got bars, but no fence in between it. Okay, I like that.
Hmm.
So, Folger, you're at the bar. It's a busy night. What does a busy night look like for you? Like, is that like 10 people, 15, 5? Like, you tell me what this looks like.
A busy a busy bar would have around. I'm gonna say, like this is the well established business. Everyone knows about this bar, so I'd say
Do they
probably
though?
like around. They
Do
know
they though?
about
I
the
mean,
bar.
you're relying on secret passcodes and signals. So if you
Mhm.
say that everybody knows about the bar, I'm okay with that. But you just know.
Everyone who knows about the bar, because the bar is a hole in the wall. For those who don't even know about it,
Okay.
which is why it's kind of secret. It's just a little hole in the wall. You can easily just walk past it if you're not paying attention.
And
Okay.
I'd say I'm probably not on the outside of the bar. I'm probably just inside the doorway, so it's not like when I'm being more of a door guard.
Hmm.
It would be so I'm not visible from the street.
Okay. So, let me decide what this looks like real quick.
'Kay.
Because I want to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. So, it's a nice busy day. There's the low rumble of voices, screams and dying from the pit fight because people are gambling down there. People are cheering. People are booing because it's like it's a fun thing. It's a distraction from their everyday life. The drinks are flowing. You're kind of scowling because that asshole Yenma is spilled on the bar again. He's blaming someone else for spilling their drink. You can hear coughing from someone down the
Hey.
road.
I'll feel
What's
that.
their name? I think their name's Chef. They're one of Lift's followers. It's like you can see that they're kind of bent over the bar.
I felt that vibrate.
A little bit of phlegm spitting on the bar there. Actually, what does the bar look like? Is it like? Have you got some stone there, some nice features on there? Is it mostly wood? What does this look like?
I would say we have some nice wood.
How are you doing, Phantom? You doing okay today?
It's not a good description.
Okay. And stretch.
It is indeed nice wood.
hand
but it
tracking's not working
it
for
works
some
rather
reason.
well with the bars as the
I'm
bar
doing
is
well,
made of
thank you.
mostly just polished wood or some sort. The only thing that are not made of wood is probably the bar itself,
Da, da, da,
because
da, da, da.
bar part is indeed made of wood, but the top counter is more of a smoothed out stone or rock. Very, very smooth, similar to marble, but it's not made of marble.
I'm doing well. I kind of
Okay,
got
so we
into a
have
rut
Fluffy
of
by the door.
cleaning
We have
today.
Folger at the bar, you know, serving drinks, serving food.
Um,
I got a question for you.
my original plan was
We are
actually
in a post-apocalyptic
to
hellscape
stream
where
earlier,
20
and
years
then,
ago, all of the food
but because I
in
got
Folger
into this
disappeared.
cleaning,
You have
I
have
just
food from
didn't
somewhere.
get to.
Where are you getting it?
Making steel, which involves Frisco.
You kind of broke up there. Didn't quite catch that.
Oh, usually making deals with other establishments as like a trade off, as a little trade. Like if you can
All right.
send us these supplies, we'll send you these supplies, or a favor for a favor.
Okay. Are the establishments inside the city?
I'm gonna say uh, a couple, if not a few of them, but there are some establishments outside of the city. Well, if we want to get to if we want to use any of their stuff, we would have to. Uh, it's gonna be a lot steeper debt because again, it's outside of the city.
All right. I like that. So, tell me more. What are you trading to who for what? Where are you getting your? What are you giving them? What are they giving you? Give me some names.
More names. Lovely.
Yeah.
Let's see. The guy that we're getting the food from.
Barbecue, right? I don't know whether he's a dragon or not. Like
Sleepy.
Barbecue he's got like a dragonish name, but I think you're pretty rare to be a dragon. Let's see. What is he? Maybe he's a fluffy bean. What does he do? Where's he at?
No stab. No stab.
Where we get the meat from?
Yeah.
His name. We'll call him Barbecue. We'll call him Barbecue, as I can't think of any other name. So next guy.
Yeah, Barbecue, the fluffy bean. He's one of he's one of Gazelle's militia buddies, I think. Does some hunting outside in the wilds. What are you giving him? Is he getting a cut of the profits? Is he getting to protect?
Hi, Kari. How's it
What's he
going?
doing?
He gets a certain cut of the profits, as well as a benefit of accessing necessary tools he needs for hunting.
Ooh, hunting tools. I like that.
Yay, good. Good,
That
good,
makes
good,
sense
good.
because you're over in the forest district.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it already because it's like you're in the forest district. You have all this hot stone. You've got some meat on the grill, which is basically just a bit of the wall you've pulled down. You can toss some hunks of meat on top of that. It's grilling. You can smell that just kind of rising through there. Just don't look too closely at the meat, and everyone stays happy. I imagine you got a soup pot somewhere because it's meat, yes, but meat with water and veggies stretches a lot further. Yeah. So, we have Fluffy outside, we have Folger inside, we have Yenma starting a fight, we have, what did I say his name was?
Which one? Barbecue?
No, Lit's follower. I think his name...
Oh.
Chef,
yeah. So we have Yenma starting a fight over a spilled beer. Chef is coughing, and you can tell that it's not really very good because like he's coughing harder than normal. It's like not just a cold; it's like hacking, coughing, phlegm. You know, like he like a little bit of blood spattered
Oh,
on the
jeez.
counter. Dragonista, where are you at?
I figure I'm at a table getting a light meal, but maybe checking the possibilities for some barter work.
Okay,
I
I like
figure
that.
I respect Folger. Folger runs an honest establishment.
Yeah, he does. So you're looking for a gig, right? What kind of gigs are you looking to do? Remember,
Um,
as a battle bait, you currently have let's see, 3 barter left. You got a few sessions worth of.
It's a
worth
fancy
of
bar. It's a
chance.
fancy bar. So
But
of
if
course
you
they
want
have.
to,
Yeah,
you
they
can
got
get in jail,
drywall.
You can extort, raid, or rob a wealthy population.
Mhm.
You can serve a wealthy NPC as a bodyguard. You can execute a murder on behalf of a wealthy NPC. And hey, Frisk is over there at the bar. He likes to hang out here. I'm sure he'd like to get some work done for you. What you do? What do you all do?
I think maybe I'll listen to wealthy patrons and see what they might be up to, what they might have to offer.
All right, fantastic. Would you like to read a situation?
Sure. How do I do that?
So you're gonna roll 2d6, and then add your sharp.
All right.
Okay.
I'm rolling that for you. You got an 8 on the dice. And then your sharp is +0, so you get 8.
I think it's 0.
So, first roll of the game. Actually,
Yay!
I'd like to quickly retcon that. I was wrong. Read a Sitch is more for if you are it's basically if you're in danger. You're looking for like an enemy. You're looking for a problem. It's less for social things. So
I'll go get that.
let's go instead with read a person.
Yeah.
What is your hot? Sorry, no, it's still sharp. It's still an 8.
Yeah.
So
I'll be right back.
you're looking for.
I can hear you. Just go ahead.
Okay. You're looking for a wealthy patron. Let's see. What is their name? What do they do? This is the part where I panic. Keeler. Their name's Keeler. They're associate. This bar. It's basically run by Frisco's mob. No one knows. Or rather, people who know this know that it's basically neutral territory. That's probably going to change. Keeler, he's with the Nocturnes.
Zachary, thank you very much for resubscribing.
That's the rival mob that is kind of trying to muscle in on their turf. Now, I'm going to ask.
What happened?
Sorry, I'm just.
Uh-oh.
I'm still here.
Okay, good.
Just trying to think how I want this to play out. Yeah, let's start with Keeler. You know him. You know that he's not really a regular in here. He's with the Ravens. You can see that he's got that patch on the collar of his vest. Actually, what do the Ravens normally dress like? You got Nocturnes, you got Furs. They're kind of darker, more nocturnal kind of thing. What do they actually dress like? Do they have a uniform? Is there a gang signal you need to worry about?
So who are the Ravens connected with? Are they connected with any of us?
I mean, I imagine that Actually, Fluffy, that's a question for you. Have you done any work for the Ravens before? Because they're one of 2 major gangs in the city. You know that that Frisco's mob.
That is a
runs
good
the
question.
northwest, and that
I thought I
the
did.
Ravens run the southeast. They have that southeast gate. They're they have an interest in the winged flame, but they're also fucking loaded.
I'd say I probably worked for, at one point or another, I've done a job, if not necessarily directly for all of the different syndicates in the city, alongside them at the very least. Probably not so much gang on. I probably don't do so much of the fighting with gang v gang in the past.
Smart move, yeah.
But I've mostly stayed a little bit more on the neutral side.
Okay.
Like between faction conflicts as much as I can, because I don't want to limit, the job opportunities.
So, Dragonisa, I'm just gonna tell you some things already because, like, I am your eyes into this world, so I'm just gonna tell you things that are pretty obvious. You're looking at Keeler. He's keeping an eye on the door. He's pretty nervous about Fluffy because, like, he wants what he'd really like more than anything else is to get Fluffy on side. Because Fluffy is, I mean, fuck, he's fucking Fluffy. It's like he's sitting there with dual bandoliers. He's got a grenade launcher holstered on one side. He's got an assault rifle in his hand. He's just kind of scanning the area. So if he can get Fluffy on side, that's an ace in the hole for him. So, what do you do? Would you like to read a person?
Maybe I'll go over and have a chat with them.
All right, fantastic. What do you say?
I'm just gonna ask them, how's it going? And not normally in this part of town.
I think he's gonna kind of lean back in his chair, grab his mug, take a long sip from it, just kind of giving himself time to think about it.
Very squeaky chair. Yes.
Yep. Puts it down on the table, says, I'm just checking out the area. It's a nice part of town you got here. And you. I don't recognize you. I know Fluffy. I don't know you. What are you doing in town? Are you new?
I'm not sure if I'm new. I'm not sure if I've been here that long. Let me think on that. I've kind of been going with the idea that I'm not really sure where I'm from.
Okay, I like that.
So,
what is that like amnesia kind of deal? What do you not know? Or?
no, I think my earliest memories are of people that maybe took me in, maybe even some of the animals, but I'm not one of the animals, right? So, I'm not sure who my people are. But I work for people that I consider trustworthy and honest.
That's kind of a dangerous value to have in the apocalypse. I mean, there's plenty of people who are willing.
It sure is.
There's a lot of people who are not honest and not trustworthy, but they do have a ton of jingle.
Yeah.
So, what?
Well, you gotta nudge it a little sometimes.
Okay. So you're looking at Keeler. Is he trustworthy and honest, you think?
Well, if you're being trustworthy and honest with me, I don't really care what he's up to as long as he's not overtly hurting the innocent. So, I think Keeler has his own agenda, but I don't think he is necessarily out to do harm to me.
Yep.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2.
We can hear you.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Maybe I've only been in town for a short time. Who knows?
Well, you tell me. It's like if you say whatever you say here is true.
Sure, that sounds interesting. Maybe I only know a couple places. Folgers is a place. Maybe the Winged Flame was a place that I felt welcome, so I've come back here.
I like that. So here's a question for you: who introduced you to Folger? Because like this is a place that's its entire shtick is he has a shotgun and he has secrecy. So, do you have a friend in here? Maybe one of the people who raised you.
Maybe, or maybe I fought here once.
Ah, I like that. You fought in the pit. You're a champion.
Well, I'm not as good as Fluffy is, but I'm pretty good.
All right. So you got you're kind of a new face. You came in, you made a splash in the arena. People know who you are, especially in the bar, because
Yeah.
hey, here's fucking Dragonisa. She's got a big fuck off sword. She's got like what's the name of that gun again? Dancer. Keeler's looking up and down. He's
Yep.
kind of considering. He's kind of nodding his head, going, "Yeah, I could use a guy like you." Tell you what, you're looking for work. Is that right? I heard.
Possibly. Depends what you have to offer.
Well, I have a job for somebody who's good with a gun. Tell you
And
what.
why wouldn't you want me to work for you?
Could you repeat that, please? I didn't quite catch that.
I said, why wouldn't you want me to work for you?
Exactly.
Mhm.
I know talent when I see it. Tell you what. If how to put this? What would he have you do? I think he's gonna kind of. You feel a tap on your shoulder. Yenma actually. Crap, damn it! It is very hard. I have a million things going every which way. Let's say this, Fluffy. You see Keeler stand up from the table. You see another Raven kind of approach Dragonese from behind and kind of tap her on the shoulder. They kind of gesture out a side passage. Do you follow them?
Do I follow them?
Do you follow them?
No, do I follow you?
Well, that's also an
Right.
option. Yeah. Dragonisa, do you follow them? Fluffy, do you follow them?
I'm assuming the guy that tapped me is Muscle.
The guy that tapped you is very much muscle. You can see
Yeah.
that he's got scars up and down. His name. Actually, I think you know him kind of by his reputation. His name's Colonel. He's not high up there, but it's like he's kind of middle management of the gang. He's like he's got a squad to himself. He's kind of a nasty piece of work. He's got
Polarity,
a
thank you
reputation
very
for
much for
being
the follow.
incredibly
I appreciate it.
cruel, but also he's viciously efficient.
Okay. I'll flash him a smile and then go, okay.
Hmm.
I want him to know that I'm not intimidated by him.
All right, how do you do that?
No, smile at him sweetly.
Okay. Are
Just say-
you looking?
Say go.
Are you
Go ahead.
are you looking to intimidate him? Are you looking to what are you doing? Because you got dangerous
want him to-
sexy.
I want him to know that I'm better than him.
Okay. So you're trying to intimidate him? Is that about correct? Or are you just trying to we have two moves we can play this out. You could do dangerous and sexy. Make them freeze and flinch.
Hi,
They
Pam.
can't look away, can't take an action until you break it off. You could do go
Uh-huh.
aggro, which is basically you're putting go aggro is very much it's like you're putting a gun in their face until to get what you want. So that is very much like you are starting a fight inside the bar if you want to do that.
Oh, jeez.
Or
No, I don't think I want to start a fight. I just want to put him in his place.
okay.
I'd say for me at this point, I'm kind of keeping an eye on this because this feels like a situation that could turn into trouble.
Right?
You know, Fluffy.
So maybe I want to intimidate him a little bit.
Okay. So you're let's say go aggro.
Okay.
What is do you have any moves that let you use cool instead of hard? Or
I
you just
don't
rolling
know.
plus
Well, I don't want to fight him. I just want him to. I want to flash him that battle babe smile so that he knows who I am, what I'm about, and he's not going to push me around.
Okay. Yeah. I will note that your hard is highlighted, which means that if you do go aggro, you get +1 experience. You get to mark one of these little ticks on there. You get 5 of those, you get to pick an improvement. I will note also that your hard is -1 though.
Yeah.
And on a 6
Yeah.
and on a 6 for go aggro, what that means is either they get the hell out of your way, or rather, on a miss, be prepared for the worst. On a 7-9, they try to do what you want, and on a 10, they have to. Looking at the move, this doesn't fit. You're just trying to intimidate them. Yeah, he kind of.
Right.
Yeah,
Trying to use the story of the character. You know, the whole when they come into a room, you kind of have to look. You're kind of intimidated by them and stuff like that. More or less, if they pointed at a door, I'm going first, and I'm going to look back and say, "You coming?"
All right, I like that.
I
Yeah.
feel like this might be seduce or manipulate.
It
You're trying
could.
to attach a role, a move to this.
Not roll for this, just because it's like rolling in this game is ideally something that could have negative consequences. So like if you're, I'm trying to see what the negative consequences on this could be on the first
Right.
turn.
So I'm also trying to keep an eye on this. So would I be reading the situation or not? I don't know
Yeah.
if it would be far enough into this to ask this question. Or,
Sure. You know what? Snap decision. Dragonista, you go ahead
Yep.
and roll go aggro. What is the consequence? Like, if you miss the roll and he has to suck it up, what is he doing? Like, what are you threatening him with?
Oh, I just want him to follow me. That I'm setting the tone here. The guy that tapped my shoulder. I'm not trying to intimidate Keeler. He's the employer. I don't want his muscle to act like they have something on.
Okay.
So you needed
Go ahead and roll dangerous and sexy. So roll plus hot, and then we'll resolve that.
all right.
And then Fluffy, then we can roll your read a sitch.
Okay.
Right?
So I just rolled.
sounds good.
I got a 5 on
Yeah.
the.
So 2d6 plus hot, which is plus 2.
Yep. Sorry, I was muted apparently. So I just rolled. I got a 5 plus 2, so 7.
So on a 7 to 9, hold 1. Spend your hold 1 for 1 to make eye contact with NPC's present. I'm going to imagine it's Colonel, who freezes. He just kind of like backs off and goes, "Oh, okay. We got a badass here." It's like he's not saying that, but it's very apparent in his muscle language. You go through the door. All right. Fluffy, this is now a charge situation. You want to read a sitch?
I do.
All right. Roll 2d6 plus sharp.
And
I got your hydrate.
that's gonna be a 5.
Okay, on a 5. Go ahead and ask one anyway,
Ah.
out of this list. What is my best escape route? Which enemy is most vulnerable to me? Which enemy is biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What are my enemy's true position? And who's in control here?
I'm thinking I'm gonna do what should I be on the lookout for right now? I feel like that's the
Okay.
best question.
Okay, that is a good question. So, you're watching Keeler and Colonel... Well, rather, you're watching Dragonista lead Keeler
Yeah.
and Colonel out of the room because he's like, she's a badass. What you should be on the lookout for is that actually there are several more ravens in here than you noticed. Like, you don't know where they got in or how they got in. You're on the doorway. So, something is happening here. They have a way into the bar that you're not aware of. And right now there are 2, 3, 4 that it's like you didn't notice before. They're just sitting at the bar. It's kind of getting crowded in here. What do you do?
I told you, Fluffy, I'm gonna get us in trouble.
Yeah.
Actually, Folger, you're here. Do you
Yeah.
notice that? Like how
Yeah,
well
that
do you
way.
know? How well do you know your regulars? Could you notice that there are some unfamiliar faces here? Would that be a concern for you?
Yes, it would.
All right. So, Fluffy, what do you do?
So, would there be? I'm assuming I'm not the only muscle that you have at your bar. So
Well,
I could, in theory, I could leave somebody else to take the door while I'm dealing with the situation, right?
Well, see, that's the thing, is that normally the bar has an options. You could have a real gang, which would mean you actually do have like 15 thugs there with, guns and knives. But instead, we have secrecy, we have convenient shotgun. So no, it's just you.
I'm gonna make my way over and bring this up with, my boss right now, because the way that I'm playing this as well, I'm doing this, I'm gigging, right? In theory, based off the rules, I'm gigging as the bodyguard.
I would think so. You would need to talk with Folger about that. It's like whether that's an established relationship. Folger, are you paying for this?
Yeah.
All
do
right.
pay.
So I'm gonna bring this up with Folger and see if you have a way you might rather I deal with this situation.
Folger, it's up to you.
Seems to be a lot of these ravens around here.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna add a complication here. Yenma, you know Yenma. He's kind of the asshole, always starting fight. He's the one. He's one. He right now he's got he's holding up one. Right now he's got his claws tucked under the collar of a mouse person. He's lifting off the ground because that's the one spilled his drink. And you know that Yenma, he's a raven too. And right now a fight is brewing. So if you don't do something quick, there's gonna be blood on your floor. Well, there's gonna be more blood on your floor. There's still blood on your floor from Chef coughing on the counter. What do you do?
Hey, Charlie,
I I call out the Yenma and give him one of
Thank you,
many
Phantom.
warnings again to either put down the individual or get out.
Okay. So this is go aggro 100%. What are you using as a threat? Because if you're just saying get out, you're either using Fluffy as a threat, or you're doing the threat yourself with a shotgun, with your knife. What are we doing? Paint a picture. How are you getting this asshole back down?
So honestly, I would do it.
All right, what you using?
I'll give him the illusion that I'm threatening with Fluffy, but instead I say me. Because see, how I think about myself yelling is either put him down, or instead of Fluffy, I'm gonna come over there and kick your ass.
Okay. I'm just gonna let you know. Go aggro has the potential to force your hand. If you miss this roll, you are going to shoot this man with. You're either going to stab him, you're going to shoot him. There is no. Oh, I wasn't bluffing. Are you bluffing?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Shotgun or knife? What are we going with?
What was that?
Are you threatening him with the shotgun or with the knife?
I am threatening him.
Blow his head off.
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
threatening him with.
What was that?
Threatening him
That
with the shotgun.
escalated quickly.
With the
Boom.
shotgun. Okay, so boomstick. Describe this shotgun for me. What's it look like? Where'd you get it? Is it like a sawed off, a pump action?
It's a pump action, and I got it as a little reward from Frisco from one of his missions.
Oh, I like that. I'm sorry, I'm just taking notes here. Just give me a second to type all this down. No, quick.
Yeah. We're always causing trouble, aren't we?
All right. So, Yenma's escalating the fight. Folger is getting involved with a shotgun. You're pulling out that pump action shotgun from underneath the barrel. It's nice. It's scratched up and kind of rusty, but it still works.
Right.
You're kind of holding it casually, but in his general direction. You tell him to put down Doberman, because that's the mouse guy's name, Doberman. Kind of the short guy, short king. Really nice, but it's like very 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 shy.
Yep. Oh, there's my goldfish.
All right. So, roll those bones. 2d6 plus hard. Go aggro.
Is this something
Yes.
that I would be helping with, or no?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let him deal with it.
I mean,
And
you
see what
could
happens.
roll to help or interfere. You'd roll 2d6 plus 8 checks, and then you could either give +2 or -2 to this roll. And you can do
Yeah,
that
I'll
after the
help.
fact.
After, okay, I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
See if you can take care of yourself, or if you need if you need backup.
I forgot how much. What do I have for plus hard?
Your hard right now is +1. 2d6 plus 1.
That's it. I got a 6 plus 1, 7.
7. Close. Okay. So, Yenma, he is sitting there. He's sitting there, Doberman in the air by the collar. He just kind of freezes, staring down the barrel of a shotgun. And he says, He just kind of drops him abruptly. Doberman kind of drops to the ground, falls against the counter, kind of hits himself against the counter, like, oh, kind of winces. And Yenma looks around. He stalks out without a word, but he doesn't take the rest of the ravens, and they're looking pretty restless. So, what do you do? Like they are getting very much. They're saying they are murmuring. They're angry. You just tossed off one of their guys. You can see kind of hands wandering towards knives, wandering towards guns. What do you do?
I signaled to Fluffy to prepare in case things get out of hand. And I just
Okay.
Which they
let's
seem like
get
they
shotgun
are,
back
for
in
sure.
place. But still close by.
Good old bar brawl.
Okay. All right. Let's put a hold on there. It's been an hour and a half inside the bar. So let's turn to the other two players in our party. Rather, the other two people. Gazelle. Meanwhile, at the Fortress of Solitude, yes. Gazelle and Iris.
Yeah.
You two are friends. Iris, you're aware that, you're a member of Let's Cult, right? You know the cult. You know things have been going pretty well. You know that what's his face? You know there's another Avali in another Avali there. Is he one of your tribe mates? Do you know about that? Is he a friend? Are there a lot of Avali in the cult?
No, I would say there isn't. There's only a few of us.
So not an Avali then. What's his name? Let's say his name's Goldie. Goldie, describe Goldie for me. You know Goldie better than I do. Is he a human? What is he at? It's like I know that the cult of the Liz cult is mostly human, right?
Right.
What? Okay. So he kind of stands out. Humans aren't very common around here. Goldie, what does he look like?
Oh, let's see. Let's see. I would say that Goldie is very is kind of, middle-aged guy. Doesn't really have, it can handle themselves, but isn't really like you're not picturing them when it comes to like a cage match type thing.
Okay. So middle age, kind of portly, maybe a little bit balding.
You got me, Phantom. Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck. Portly, balding. He's blind in one eye. He's got an eye patch there. He's got kind of an older guy. He's gone on in years. Maybe a little bit of a coward.
Yeah.
It's like you and Gazelle. What are you doing on this fine day? What do the Skinner and the Brainer have to talk about? You're both kind of fucked up, aren't you? What are you
Just
doing?
a little bit. That's a good question. I think. I think we're just discussing the day, discussing, their cult, because it's their cult. They like talking about it, how great it is, and everything else. And I like listening to them talking about it and just kind of prodding for a little bit more information here and there. Yeah. So we're just having general conversation.
So you're with the cult.
Mm-hmm.
A question for you.
Yeah.
Gazelle's cult. It's you got one kind of cluster, and then one that's all scattered around the city, kind of acting as eyes and ears. You got 10 in the big cult. You got 2 that are scattered around.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is Goldie, and which one are you?
I would probably be with the main cult, mainly just because I want to be as close as I can to the head. Goldie would be out in the city.
Okay. So you're what kind of compound do you guys have? Like, do you have one, or do you wander around? Is there a market stall?
I'm trying to think of that. I'm trying to think of the compound. I would say that we mostly wander around, so we can be a little nomadic, but that we generally will go like 3 or 4 different places. Maybe we'll spend a little bit of time in each of the the districts.
We kind of have like a central bodyguard around Lith. You're kind of wandering around to those other places.
Right.
Okay, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gazelle, you're going around with Iris. Do you often hang around Lith? Zachary?
What? Huh? I'm here.
So, we're with Iris and the main cult. They're kind of wandering around. It's been a bad few weeks for the cult. It's been like people are kind of losing faith. They're kind of wandering off. They are in want right now. So you can see that there's some coughing going around. That there's people lying down, kind of hacking and coughing a lung up. You got little spats of blood all over their clothes from when they're coughing. You can see one person coughs just like a gob of like it's like a tooth comes out with him.
Oof.
Yummy.
Yeah. So you're wandering around the city. You go to where Goldie is supposed to be. Where is that on the map? Where's Goldie supposed to live?
Goldie, I would assume, would live somewhere near the Holy Zoo, which me and most other mutated animal folk would probably inhabit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're being followed around by this group of hacking, coughing lunatics. Present company accepted, of course. And you notice that Goldie, he's there in his house, but his cult gear, like I don't know whether you have a uniform or not, or what signifies a cult member? Is there a uniform? What you got? Like, is there jewelry? What makes him a follower of the
So,
White
thank you
Jackal?
very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders.
Usually, it
How
comes,
was your stream?
followers of the White Jackal. They usually have a tattered
Well,
leather.
I'll introduce
kinda
myself
like
real quick.
like an overcoat that kind of like goes over their normal clothes.
Thank you,
It's
Phantom, for doing
dyed
that
white and has like
shout out.
three big lines.
Awesome.
Three
What'd you
big
do?
red
What'd you
lines
do?
to signify like claw marks for the jackals. Higher members will have like maybe like a necklace of like teeth to signify their
But
higher
anyways,
rankings.
My name is
I
Raven.
wanted to be cool like
I
that,
am just
so I made a necklace of ears.
cute little bean on the
They didn't-
internet.
they
I
said
like
it
to
wasn't
play
the same
VR
thing.
chat and do just have fun with my friends.
Okay, human teeth, animal teeth.
Oh, awesome! Biomutant. I've not played that, but it sounds
mainly
interesting.
animal, but some use human as well.
Ah,
Okay, so we have human followers wearing animal teeth. I bet they're very popular.
but
Anyway, as you get to Goldie's place, you can see it's kind of run down.
yeah.
Little
So I'm
shack.
just
I
cute
mean,
little bean on the
it's
internet.
close to the center of town, so
I
it's
like
not,
playing
it's not
VR
a
chat.
shack,
Matter of fact,
but
that's
it's-
what I mostly
it's
stream.
obviously seen better days.
And then,
He's got clothing lying
but
around.
every other week
He's
we
got,
also do
old books that are
some
all
roleplay
tattered and dog-eared
as
and starting
a
to kind of mold
server.
because they haven't been touched
So-
for a bit. And you see Goldie pulling books
And
from
this
the
is
shelf
Apocalypse
and piling
World.
them on the floor. And he takes off his coat, lays it on top of that pile of books, and kind of grabs a box of matches. He kind of pulls it up. You can see he's starting on a fire, trying to burn that coat. What do you do?
Very neat.
Do you need help starting this fire? I can assist.
Yeah. He says, yeah.
Thank you, Pam, for doing my socials.
My hands aren't. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. It's like, here, help me out, man.
Yes, I will grab more of these books.
All right. Let's see. What kind of books would an old cult leader have? They're not magic books, thank God. Because if you were to try to burn a whole bunch of spell books, who knows what would happen?
Right?
Big boom.
Big boom, yeah. And we're right next to the Wizard's Tower. Actually, go ahead. Would you like to figure this out for me real quick? I'm gonna say there's no real sitch. But would you like to read a person?
Yes, I would
this-
like
this-
to
this-
read Goldie to
is
figure
an
out
option
what
for
they are
option
really
for Gazelle.
feeling as I help find more books to burn.
Yeah. This is Gazelle. This is Iris. You're both here. You're both seeing this. You're
Oh,
both
okay.
You're both able to do something. Gazelle, you go ahead and read a person. That's 2d6 plus sharp. Iris, what are you doing?
I feel like I'm just going to
Remember, you're
yeah.
also in the cult. You can
Mhm.
see that he's actually, yeah. Obviously, you can see that he's trying to leave the cult. He's destroying any evidence that he was ever part of the cult. He's trying to get out.
right.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. So, Raven, are you saying something? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was muted. That's why you couldn't hear me. So I mean, I think what I'm gonna do, obviously their body language is indicating that they're trying to leave. I think, I'm trying to think of what to do. I'll be honest.
Okay. You think what you're gonna do? We're going to go for a read person. You got a 9. So Gazelle, you can pick from this list of questions. We're going to have a conversation. You can bend your hold at any time during this conversation to ask one of those questions. So, you're helping him. You're helping him like this.
Yes.
Okay. The books are kind of moldy. You can kind of smell an acrid smell coming from them as they kind of struggle to light. You're kind of fanning one paper, just kind of going them one at a time, getting a nice tinder going. And Goldie just kind of says, "Yeah, it's been too long. It's like there's just not enough to eat. It's like things are really bad in the cold. I can't stand it. I got to get out. And I know I'm not the only one. What do you say?"
How could I help you get out of this cult then, if it is so bad?
All right, fantastic. I like that. He says, "Well, I got to get out of the city. No, I can't get out of the city. It's too dangerous out there. I got to find a place to hide. God, fuck. Do you have somewhere I can hide? Somewhere I can lay low where Lith won't find me?"
Thank you, Pano.
I do mayhaps will have one place.
Yeah, you got outposts. You got your militia buddies. Where are they at?
All of my militia people are located nearest the center of the Holy Zoo, right next to one of the towers.
Okay. So like this tower
Hi,
over
Ricker
here,
Beast,
or
how's
like
it
this
going?
tower, or
The center tower, or the second tower, I would say.
so
I hope
here
your
or
day's
down here?
going well.
Up, down, or like here. Zachary, you still there?
Oh, I forgot I was pushed to talk. I was saying more like where the H in the Holy is.
Okay. Oh, so tower, you mean right next to the nuclear waste factory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fun.
I got a question for you. These militia buddies, what are they doing now that they've basically helped commit a genocide? Like, are they active? Are they kind of remnants? How well armed are they? What are they doing?
They are very well armed, and we mainly
Ah, bah, 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 bah,
maintain
bah,
that
bah,
like
bah,
center
bah, bah,
area,
bah, bah.
but we also have like smaller groups that go out and like try to like expand our territory. Other creatures that were affected by the remnants want to try to take the Holy Zoo from us, but it's our land.
I like this. You know, the bunch of berserker fluffy beans. Are they all fluffy beans, or are they someone else?
They're mainly fluffy beans, and then like a select few other, like a Valican, maybe like a dragon here or there, like or a dragon person, I would say.
Okay. Hey, Folger, you know this dragon guy? What's his name? Rather, do you know about the dragon in the militia?
About the dragon in the militia?
In the militia, yeah. Is he a nomad
Yeah.
friend? Is he a new guy? Is he a he? Is he a she?
He.
All right, let's see what. You know this guy, Green Dragon, name of Damson.
Did you say his name is Jansen or Danson?
Damson, like the plum.
Hmm.
So actually,
Oh.
we'll see. Yeah, red dragon actually, kind of a reddish pink color. Nice little touch of gold to his scales. What's Damson's deal?
Wait, is it still on me or Zachary?
Either.
Yamson helps my people when we need him. He is big, unlike we are.
And a mercenary, I imagine.
Yes, he is a paid mercenary. He enjoys the thrill of the hunt like we do.
Jansen assisted an infiltration mission with me at one point.
And you know, I bet those militia buddies, they know barbecue. I mean, if you're going hunting, are you hunting outside the walls, inside the walls? Are you gouging for food? Where's
Oh
the
my
food coming
goodness,
from?
would they?
We mainly try to stick inside the walls, but food is pretty scarce in the walls. So once in a while, we will have to venture out and try to get what we can with little casualty as possible.
You know, I'm surprised to hear you say that because I remember you saying about how you guys are berserkers. Your minds are it's like in battle you're nice and technical, but also you're savage, you're vicious, you're barbarians, you're berserkers. And do I have that wrong?
Uh, no, you are correct. We are the savage. We are the brutes. I have come to be able to tame my people into some kind of order. Aside from when we're on
Okay.
the hunt, once it begins, I can't really stop them.
All right, I like that. I bet it kind of worries you that you're here and not with them because like you can't be with them all the time. They're a bunch of savage fucks, aren't they? Like
Yeah,
they like hunting, they like killing, they like eating. They have a few outposts out in the waste. They go hunting for things. They go out there. They bring back food. You don't look at the food. You just eat it. You're happy to have it.
exactly. Food is food in our eyes, especially the freshest of kills.
All right. What's the most prized food?
Human. It's very hard to come by.
Okay, so
Okay.
you know about Goldie. So I got a question for you. Iris,
Yes.
you know where humans are.
Yes.
You know how to find, maybe 18 of them. You got one here that's about to leave the cult. What's going through your mind right now?
I'm thinking of pulling some strings and convincing them to instead sacrifice themselves for the betterment of the cult.
All right. I love that. So, let's start out in order. Gazelle, you read a person. Did you already get a roll? You said you rolled a 9 or a
Yes,
7?
a 9.
All right. Would you like to spend that hole to ask any questions on there?
Yes, I would like to ask one question.
All right. What are you asking in the course of this conversation? Rather, doesn't have to be a question out loud to him. You're kind of reading this through body language. You're looking at him, trying to get a vibe for him. What are you asking?
What do you intend to do after you've left the cult?
Well, he's a human. He knows he's vulnerable. He knows he's leaving behind the cult, which is kind of a safe spot for humans. Or, I mean, maybe it is, but it's like it's safer in numbers than it is on your own. He's intending to go to ground. He's really glad that you've offered to help him go to ground somewhere. He says he doesn't really have a plan. He was kind of thinking he'd probably go to Frisco's mob, see if they have a use for someone. Because after all, he's over in the city. He's like he's over here. He can cross through here, get over Frisco's mob, and not kind of dodge the elementals, crawl over through the rubble. He's got kind of a plan, but like no actual means to do it. That's what you get from him.
Good.
What do you do?
I'm debating on if I want to actually lead him to safety or lead him back to the militia.
Okay.
What uses does Goldie have for me is the better question.
What use does Goldie have for you, do you mean?
Yes.
I mean, he knows that you're part of the militia or like related to them, so he's kind of the fact that he's talking to you at all says that he's kind of nervous. He's out of options, but it's like things at the court are so bad. He wants a bed, he wants food, he wants someone to take care of him right now. Is his vibe. He is starving. He is starving. He's coughing. It's like actually, as you watch him, he kind of turns away. He kind of you see that he is not feeling good. He's got a little fleck of blood spits out. It's on the ground there as you watch. All right, Iris, let's go back to you.
Yeah.
In Great Puppet Strings, is that what you're doing?
Well, now that I know that it seems like he's sick with something.
He's really sick.
Yeah. So I think instead I'm still going to do puppet strings, but I think I'm going to coerce him into bringing other humans for sacrifice.
Okay. Let me quickly change the view on this page view. All right. So you're here in him. I imagine you're using that violation glove to get this thing in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
I'm like, hey, here, let me give you a hug. I'm really well known for my hugs, so I'm gonna just give you a nice hug.
He is desperate. He accepts that. He coughs in your face.
Oh, fun.
Okay. Well, you're ready for rings.
All right. It's a 2d6, right?
2d6 plus 3 because you have 2d6 plus 2.
So that would be an 8 plus 2. So that'd be
On
10.
a 10. Okay, all right. So you have 3 hold. What is the command you're planting inside their mind?
To seek out other humans and have them convince them to join the cult as a sacrifice.
Okay, so you're convincing them to join the cult?
Yeah. Join the cult, but as knowing that they are pretty much, for lack of a better term, cattle.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to reinforce my friendship,
Reinforce friendship.
With Lith, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds very.
I like that. Okay. So, violation glove. What does it look like as you stab this guy with your violation glove?
It's very subtle. I would say that it would be like small little needles that would, that you barely even be able to feel.
I'm not sure I agree with that. This thing's called a violation glove. It's like you bring this guy in for a hug, and he hears a voice in his head. Basically, he knows that you're doing this. That he knows that you're basically holding his brain hostage. At any time, you can use that hold on him to inflict 1 harm, or to make him or to make him take -1 on their actions. But either way, he's got a bomb in his head right now, and I could be persuaded otherwise. It's like that's what I imagine this looking like. Is like this is not subtle. This is not quiet. This is you're going in there and you're fucking his brain.
Okay.
Do you
More
disagree
horror
with that?
movie.
No, I don't disagree with that.
All right. So you can see that his eyes go wide. He just kind of he's panting. He's panicking. Sweat is beading on his forehead more so than was already there. Because let's be honest, this guy's a fucking mess. He kind of stammers and goes yeah I know someone I know someone I can. He's falling over himself, kind of coughing and wheezing, and it's like he is desperate to get out of there. He's falling onto Gazelle, trying to get away. He's like Gazelle. I know some people. I know people. He is selling
Enough of
out
me, you
every
wretch.
fucker he knows. It's like at this point, you have two options. You can lead him to safety. You can lead him to his people. He's not. He is seized by a sudden need to get more people to the cult, to
Yeah.
try to spread them. It's like he has gone from I'm trying to get away to I can't. If I try to get away, my head is going to go pop.
Hmm.
What do you two do?
Oh.
A good thing we have this fire going. Perfect place to burn somebody.
Oh, jeez.
He is stammering and begging. He is. When you say it's a perfect place to burn somebody, he is eyeing Iris, but he is also eyeing the door. It's like you can tell that he's either going to go for the door or he's going to probably try to attack Iris. Just letting you know, it's like he's eyeing the door. He's eyeing a knife on the counter. It's like he's kind of running the math, going like, if I could get that knife into her throat, could I do that before she pops my brain? What do you do?
Well,
Perhaps you should release that hold you have put on him.
okay.
This is up to you two. You two figure this out.
Unless you wish to have him, I don't know, fall down before us as he attempts something silly.
Oh, he wouldn't do anything silly like that, and I release him.
He kind of sags on the floor, coughing and wheezing, and he's the second you release that hold, he is trying to go for the door. What do you do?
I'll let him go.
Okay, Gazelle, you let him go too?
I reach out to try to stop him. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, we can still try to make this work.
Okay, so are you trying to are you lying to him? Are you trying to threaten him? Or are you trying to persuade him?
Trying to persuade him, because that's a good meal on the run right there.
Okay, so that sounds like you're trying to seduce or manipulate someone. You're trying to fast talk, you're trying to lie to him, you're trying to get him to calm down, you're trying to get him to trust you. It's like, what are you telling this guy to get him to believe you?
I have a safe place. I promise you. Just calm down. It was a mistake. They didn't mean it. Their mind is too powerful for their own right. Sometimes it's out of their own grasp.
Okay, roll plus hot.
As a 2d6.
2d6 plus hot, which for you is, let me quickly check that out. I think it's plus 2. Let me double check.
Got a 9. Well, a 7 plus 2 is 9.
All right. Now you have hot highlighted, so go ahead and mark experience. And actually, now that I think about it, Iris, your weird is also highlighted. So you go ahead and mark experience.
Okay.
All right. So, on a 7 to 9, they'll go along with it unless some fact or action betrays the reason you give them. But they need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. What are you giving? Let's see. What do they demand? What does Goldie demand for you to do that? You're promising that he's going to be safe. You don't have any weapons on you, do you? You don't have any weapons, period, because you're a Skinner.
It's true. I don't have any on me at the moment.
I think he's going to want you to basically produce some evidence that you do have a safe place. He's going to want. He's starving. He's sick. He's going to want some food. If you're willing to spend a barter on him, he'll follow you.
Yasha, does your bar have some kind of like logo that you have on like maybe some tapestry that I maybe could have like swiped and just took it a piece of just to like show proof?
Like an embroidered napkin or something.
Yeah, like something like that. Like anything.
keep in mind also, you're linked to the hunting parties that bring food to the bar, so you probably have some food somewhere.
I do have a good plenty of food. I could offer him some of the food that I have on me, and then give him promise of more.
Okay, go ahead and spend that barter. He's yours to do with as you please. Where do you take him?
I think I will
Thank you
honor
for
my
the alert,
word
Digital.
and take him to the bar, to Yasha's bar.
Okay, so that's going to take a while. Iris, do you have anything you want to do in the meantime?
Mm,
It's like you have seen the people are sick. You have seen the people are abandoning the cult. Where do you go? What do you do?
hold on. I'm trying to think. So I would probably like. Can we tell what the sickness is that they have, or is it kind of still a little? Or is it? Or is it unknown at this point?
Still pretty early in its phases. You can tell that people are sick. They're coughing. They're bleeding. He's probably got internal bleeding of some kind. If you want to know more,
Hi, sir.
I
How
bet
are you?
there's somebody in the hold who knows about medicine. There's no angel, but who do we want? Actually, that's a good question. Who would you go to for medical care? I think it's probably someone named let's call him Snow.
Yay.
Let's pull the map. Where does Snow live? Snow is probably in Raven territory, like over here or so. They have a. Let's
Okay.
see. What do the Ravens have? You have the Forest District over here. That's hot. You have the Magic District that has the university. You have all the stuff. This is probably mostly residential. So
Right.
you know what Snow has? Snow has a fallen sky barge. She's kind of propped up on a steel beam. She lives underneath it. She's got a little medical clinic set up under there.
Mhm.
It's not high class, but it's at least a shelter from the rain.
Right.
It's basically a fallen sky barge that's dropped atop a building, crumbled a wall. She set up a clinic in there. What do you bring there? Do you have another cult member you want to bring with you to Snow to kind of get a look?
Honestly, I want to see if Goldie will go with me to get care. With the
You
prop.
would need. Well, it's like right now, Goldie already has
Mhm.
food. He already has he has a thing. I'm not going to say there is no way you could do that, but there is. How to put this? You just tried to put the whammy on him.
Yeah.
He's got Gazelle leading him to food and safety. What could you offer him to make him go with you to Snow? I would let you spend barter to get him there. It's like if you can make a better offer than Gazelle, that would also work.
Hmm. Maybe.
Or you could put the whammy on him again.
No. I'm not going to whammy them again, but I might talk to Gazelle and convince Gazelle
All right.
that we should go to the clinic first to see why they're sick, because I've noticed that they've also they're not the only ones that are sick that need care.
Okay. So we do have Seduce or Manipulate, and that does work on PCs. I'll note that for PCs on a 10+, you can choose if they go along with you, they mark experience, and if they refuse, you can erase a stat highlight for the rest of the session, which means they don't get experience whenever they roll whenever they roll that thing. On a 10+, you get both. On a 7 to 9, you get one.
Okay.
So Gazelle, Iris, you can choose to help or interfere with their roll. Iris, Gazelle, you can choose to help or interfere with their roll. You can both help or interfere as you choose. Go ahead and roll seduce manipulate. Which for you would be a 2d6 minus 1.
So I got a 10 on the dice minus 1. That'd be a 9.
Okay. So you can choose either that Gazelle will mark experience if they do it, or that Gazelle will erase a stat highlight if they don't.
If they do it, they'll mark experience.
Okay, you're giving them the carrot. Gazelle, do you do that?
You can't eat poisoned food and if they're sick.
Fine. I agree.
All right. So Goldie is still nervous, but they kind of actually, yeah, they kind of nod nervously. They grab the knife just in case, and they leave that fire burning on the floor with their coat behind them, and they follow you towards Snow. So let's go back to the bar real quick.
Okay.
Right now, we can hear rumblings and grumblings from the ravens in the bar, but let's focus instead on Dragonista.
Yay, I'm glad you're doing
You've gone into a small room with Keeler and Colonel. It's kind of actually, Folger, you describe this room for me. What kind of memorabilia and little tchotchkes would you have lying around this side room? Is this a common business room for people to go into?
Indeed, the establishment that
Bannerman's
runs
business
does have its side rooms for any private times or private conversation that anyone wants to have. Of course, we got like one probably bigger meeting area in case there's a large meeting or important meeting, like amongst like mob bosses. But the side rooms that Dragonista went into is more simplistic. Like it has couches and it has a table. It has a few chairs as well.
And I'm going to say that also it has an air conditioner that is just wheezing away in the corner. It's not doing a whole lot. The room is still very, very hot. You kind of, you're Folger, you've laid down carpets to help protect people's feet from the floor. It's like it is boiling in here. That air conditioner is just barely keeping up with the heat. So, Keeler pulls up a seat at the table, kind of gestures to you for the other one. Colonel takes up a spot by the door, just kind of wandering, kind of folds his arm, kind of leans back. It's like he's impressed with you, but it's like you can see him kind of appraising you, kind of judging you. No, judging is the wrong word. He's
gonna give him a snack.
Analyzing.
What?
I was thinking, like, is he like analyzing her? Or me?
Analyzing seems like a good word. He's trying to get a measure of her now that she's sizing you up. That's a good way. Yeah. It's like he knows that you're a champion. You know that you just kind of gave him the whammy there and kind of saying, yeah, I'm in charge actually. Fuck you. And so you just kind of looking at you with a new respect, a new calculation in his eyes. Keeler says, yeah, I got a job for you. You know Frisco, right?
Of course, everybody in town knows Frisco.
Well, Frisco has some inconvenient underlings. They came into my town. They came into my corner of the city. They murdered some of my guys. So, I want you to settle the score. We can't go into Frisco territory and just start a fight. It would be ugly. That violates the rules. But you know your way around town. You know your way around with a rifle. So here's what I'm planning. Get a little map of the city, right? There's this guy named Glenn. Lives over by the gates. And I figure you got a rifle, right? Don't you?
A little more of a pistol, but yeah.
pistol. Right. Sorry. That's on me. I misremember that.
That's all right.
So
He said
so what-
pistol all along.
yeah. So I figure it's maybe a mile down from here. He lives over in that square. I want him gone. You can choose how you do it, but that guy dies. What do you do?
Okay. And how does this benefit me?
I pay you. You get money, you get food, you get shelter. Maybe I owe you a favor too. Come on.
Okay. Just want you to spell it out, honey.
Savvy businessman. Yeah. Yes or no?
Yeah, I'll take care of your problem for you.
All right, fantastic. Do you go now or do you go later?
I'll go seek him out now. Might as well get my business done early, then I can enjoy the rest of my day.
All right, fantastic. So, Fluffy, Folger, you're all in the bar, kind of hearing this fight breaking out. You still see Chef is doubled over on the counter by now. It's like he is that puddle of blood on him is getting much bigger now. You know that Glenn is one of Lith's followers. Just by the by, you know that, or rather, you know the Chef is one of Lith's followers. Okay, so you see Dragonista come out the bar. Do you say anything to Fluffy or Folger as you do, Dragonista?
Just smile at them as I'm going.
Okay, so you see the Ravens watching you as you leave. Fluffy and Folger, you are about to have a bar brawl coming out here if you don't do anything. What are you doing to keep that bar brawl from happening, or do you let it happen?
Seems to me like it might be time for some entertainment.
God damn, Fluffy.
As a
What was that? Hello?
you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I didn't catch what you said though.
It seems like it might be time for some entertainment.
Okay. So, are you saying you want to fight them, or are you saying you're trying to distract them? What are you doing? Are you trying to
I'm
bribe them?
thinking it's time to distract them with fight in the pits, but
I was
I'm
gonna
suggesting
say-
this.
Okay. All right. All right.
Alright, Joan, I sense the tension in the air.
Not
But
that I
we
can
are not-
not gonna say it out loud. You could put one of them in the pit, you know.
I mean, you could. I'm just going to let you know ahead of
I'll
time.
hydrate right now.
You know that you're neutral ground. You put those guys in the pit, especially without their say-so, you're starting a gang war.
Ah,
Just, I'm putting that out there. It's like, you know that if you kill a Raven here on neutral ground, fuck it, thing is gonna go down.
Okay, don't let the troublemaker give advice then.
I'm thinking
Oh,
more along the lines of if you need to settle your differences, do it in the pit.
I just ate,
Oh.
and
So
I
you're
just
suggesting
had that
that
hydrate.
Folger should fight them in the pit. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe I'm misunderstanding the situation. They're just getting riled up because Fulgur kicked the guy out.
They're angry that they kicked him out. They're looking to start some shit. Now you can either kick him out, you can try to get him in the pit, you can just fucking kill them. Now that's an option, but it's like that's going to have even more problems down the line. So I don't have a solution here for you. It's like you're a barkeeper. What do you normally do in this situation? How do you keep the peace?
Yeah, this is where the fun begins.
Can I pause on my way to the door since I see the fight brewing?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, great.
no, jeez.
Here comes the fun part. After we... So I think...
I think I might leave this decision to you how you want. I can try to keep the peace, or if you want to toss him in the pit.
No.
What are you thinking, boss?
Could I? Could I use a Maestro move? By any
Yeah, of
chance?
course. You can always use a Maestro move. What are you thinking?
Fingers in every pie.
Okay. I will note that's normally for like if you want something to show up, you want like night vision goggles, you want a missile launcher, you can kind of put it out that you want a word. You got people around. Probably relying on your mob contacts. What are you thinking again?
Oh, that's what that is. Fuck. I solely thought that as a different fucking way.
I mean, how did you think of it working?
Meaning I could pretty much improve their thought of me, leading me to be able to manipulate them a little easier. Cause I'm the guy that has heard things around town. If you want something, I can grant it to you.
So you were thinking of using it more like, how to put it? You were thinking of yourself as kind of like a broker. You would use that to get things for people.
Something like that.
Okay. We could use it like that. Paint me a picture. What do you want to try to do with this? Like, are you looking to have something done in the past, or are you trying to get something here quickly, or are you looking to spend money to make it happen, or?
I need to bring up something from the past.
Okay.
And I don't know if I actually have to use that anymore. I just bring up. I want to remind them in the past and bring something. I just want to bring something up from the past and remind them on how and why we made this. God, I forgot the term for it. This peace agreement in the first place.
All right. Actually, that is a very good question. Why is there peace between the gangs? What happened? Fill me out on this.
The peace agreement with the gangs is that it's like at the like a fresh start of how it's like the start of how the gangs
Yay!
like how small the gangs were previously in the past.
That goes with
And they made a temporary joint. I don't know why he's saying it so often today, but like a joint mission to take, because everyone wants a piece of something, but there's one, the big head mafia boss who's just too greedy for his own damn good, hogging all of what everyone wants, all of the wealth, all the food, drinks. He's been hogging it all. But because of how big he was always so protected. So it was up to us, to the smaller gang leader, Frisco, and I forgot to actually the leader of the Ravens.
Frisco is the leader of. Well, he's not the leader of your mob. He's the second in command of your mob. Like you're number 3.
Yeah, I'm number 3. He's second in command.
What's the name of the main guy again? Let me quickly figure that out. What's his name again? I'm going to say he's probably a red panda like Fluffy. Guy named Chief. Chief, yes.
All right. And so to improve their smaller mafia, they came to a temporary agreement to take down this big boss. We're gonna call him uh Slander.
Actually, here's a question for you. What's the name of the mob? I can't keep thinking of it as just the mob or Frisco's mob, because it's not Frisco's mob. It's Chief's mob. What do we call them? The Chieftains, maybe?
The Chieftains?
Chieftains and Ravens?
Sounds familiar.
Why?
Da-da-da-da-da.
They can also be tribe.
What was that?
They can also be the tribe if he's the chief.
Tribe. Oh, I like that. The Ravens and the tribe.
That. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that solidifies things. So I'm just going to repeat that back. Make sure I understand this correctly. The Ravens and the tribe both got their start around the time of the apocalypse. They're both pretty small, pretty insular, not very powerful. There were a lot of smaller gangs around there back at the time. There was one big one led by a guy. What do you say his name was?
Slander.
Slander. So they figure, hey, by ourselves, we're all going to get cut up because this Slander guy, he's an asshole. He's got a bigger gang than anyone else. Not by much. But hey, if we join forces together right now, we can, we can put Slander out of business. We can wipe up the rest of the city, divide it into the two of us. All right. Does that sound about right?
Yep, pretty much.
Slander, what is he? Is he is he an animal? Is he a human? What is he? Or what was he, I should say?
Slander, he was a mutated salamander.
Slander the salamander. I like that.
It's cute.
I don't know why my mind's eye is always picturing him like this, but he was a pretty chubby guy. Average height, chubby guy, probably weighing over.
Okay, so we have effectively 3 gangs in the city. We have the big ones, the Ravens and the Tribe. We have the old militia buddies. I can't imagine they're going that either of those gangs like them because they're kind of vicious. But hey, they know their way around the outside. They know how to get food. I like where this is going. We're setting up some dominoes to fall. Let's keep this going. I like it. All right, I have forgotten entirely why we were talking about the tribe. All right, you were reminding them of why the peace treaty happened. Yenma's already outside the bar. Who's the next Raven? I think his name is probably Dustwitch. Dustwitch was one of the Ravens. He's actually like properly a bird person, kind of a taller Avali, black feathers.
Huh?
He kind of chimes in. He's missing a tooth, so he kind of speaks with a lisp, and it's like he kind of goes, yeah, but that was that was 15 years ago. Or rather, how long has it been? How long has peace treaty stood? I can't imagine it's been very long. You guys have been kind of sweeping up the city, divvying it up between the two of you.
Yeah.
How long has it been since the actual? Rather, let me ask a different way. When was the last time you kicked out a gang and took their resources?
When was the last time?
Yeah, was it a year ago, 6 months, 2 years?
It was practically.
It was just last week.
All right.
It was
Just
just last week.
all right. So it's been about a week since since you really
jeez.
solidified your control over the city. You just cut down. Let's see. What's their name? Let's call them the Shriekers. You just took down the Shriekers. They're probably still some around, but it's like they're vicious. There aren't. You took down their leader, the Banshee.
That. Yep. Is that it, perfect?
Ah,
All right. So it's been about a week. What did I say his name was? Dustwitch? Dustwitch. He's looking at you. He's kind of doing calculation. He's kind of painting a map of the city in his mind. Would you like to read a person? Or would you
Oh,
like
yeah.
just...
my hands are working.
Yeah.
Yay.
All three of you can do that if you want to do it. Fulgur, would you like to read a person? Right. I'll remind you that right now, your sharp is highlighted. So if you do this, you get to mark experience.
I will read the person. I will read the person.
All right. Go ahead and mark experience. Give me that roll.
All right. Oh, it's rolling plus my sharp, right?
Plus your sharp, yeah. Rather, plus your
Okay.
hot. Oh,
No.
no, you are correct. Plus sharp for your person.
Oh, okay. Now, let's see. I got a 4. And that's
Oh.
plus check.
Oh
Oh no.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, what do I want to do there?
Damn it.
That's not good.
No, I'm just saying, you
I know.
just announced to a bar, we need to have peace because our two gangs need to work together for our survival. Right after you just kicked out one of their guys, and you just took down one of the last gangs that opposed you in the last week.
Oh jeez.
Ooh.
Things are about to get messy.
This is
Yeah,
not
things are-
looking good.
Things are about to get very messy. I'm very pleased with this, yes. I
You know what?
think
did you say we
Yeah.
can all
That almost
read
got
them,
me
or we
there.
should just hold off?
let's hold off. Let's resolve this just for a second.
Okay.
Focus is on Fulgur right now because this
Yeah.
is his bar. This is his
Yep.
fight. These are his patrons.
Uh-oh.
And I'm his bouncer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's time to cock the right.
Yeah. I think Dust.
Are you gonna have our first fight?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I'm trying to decide whether Dustwitch like just launches it now, or whether he goes back and then gets some guys. Yeah. I think that Dustwitch calls out to Keeler in the other room, says, "Hey, fuck Glenn, do this now," and he goes for his gun.
I pull my gun out then, and I'm
Oh
gonna.
jeez.
Unless it's too late, I want to go aggro.
I
I'm
mean,
pulling out.
you. Okay, Fluffy, what are you pulling him with? Are you doing the assault rifle? Or are you doing the grenade launcher?
Assault rifle. Grenade
Okay.
launcher's messy for the bar.
Yeah, it's
Roll.
explosions.
Yeah.
Okay, roll plus hard.
I love low rolling. That's 5. No, 6.
Oh jeez.
Woohoo.
Is that a 6 with the +3?
Yes.
Oh jeez.
Well, shit then.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
It was good knowing
So-
you.
Yeah. You get in the way, you put a gun in his face, he pushes the barrel of the gun up with his arm, brings his pistol out, and shoots you in the gut with it.
Oof.
So,
Oh no!
Oh, and I get experience too for that, for doing the hard.
you get
right?
experience for that. Absolutely. Hell yeah, you do.
Okay.
So, his pistol is 2 harm. He's shooting you in the gut, which is probably stupid of him because you are armored to hell and back. So
I'm in a
it's
small gang.
you're a small gang, but technically so is he. He actually no, he's not acting as a gang right now. It's just him. But it's about to be a gang. So 2 harm minus your 2 armor is 0 harm you take. But go ahead and roll 2d6
The casual
because
bird
there's a harm
surrender.
roll. The way
Round
this
of time?
works
Yeah.
is that when you suffer harm, even if it's +0, roll plus
typical
harm suffered, and in this
dystopian.
case, you want to roll low. Roll 2d6.
Okay, that's an 8.
Oh
That's
jeez.
an 8.
Oh jeez.
I have
gosh.
terrible luck with dice. It's fun.
Okay, what do we want to do? Okay. He's already got his arm on your gun. He's pushing up so that as you pull the trigger, that a wild burst goes through into the roof, tearing loose chunks of plaster. He just kind of goes up, falls around, wraps his arm around the gun, and pulls the gun out of your hand. And
Oof.
now his guys are going up. They're pulling guns. What do you all do? It is about to be a fight in here. You got one action to do something about
I'm
it.
gonna put a bolt through his forehead because Dancer told me to.
Okay, Dancer. What does Dancer sound like?
Dancer's a possessed weapon. It's an energy blaster.
Yep, I know that. What does Dancer sound like? It's possessed. It's intelligence. What is Dancer like? Is Dancer an asshole?
I'm thinking. Oh, Dancer's like, you need to shoot him. You need to take
To
him
be honest,
down.
speaking
He's
to
hurting the
Homer,
guy
it's
that's
not
guarding this
D&D
place. You need to
people.
kill him.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Roll.
I
go
think
ahead and-
Dancer is sarcastic and like who am I thinking of? I just think of a kind of a fast-talking, sarcastic person.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, Dancer says Han Solo shoots first.
Yes.
So, go ahead and roll. Do you have anything that would let you roll cool? For that, you don't. So you would need to roll plus hard, which in this case is -1 to go. Actually, let me quickly check. Is there any chance at all that they would see this coming? There probably isn't because you just talked to Keto. They think they're on your side. You're just pulling your gun. You're attacking someone unsuspecting helpless. Ask if you could miss. Could you miss this shot?
I don't know. I hope not.
Okay. So, you pull out your gun. What does it look like as you blow this guy's brains out all over the wall?
So it looks a lot like a high-tech blaster when it shoots. It's an energy bolt, but it's magic. The gun is metal and golden, and it's a pretty decent blast, like bright flash, like bright light, almost like a laser.
Okay. So the gun is gold and metal. Are we talking like Desert Eagle? Are we talking like Mauser? What's this gun look like?
I'm thinking more high-tech, almost like a Star Wars blaster, but more shiny.
Okay, I like it. So the entire bar goes blinding white. As you can see, this laser beam just kind of shoots out, paints a hole through Dustwitch's head and through the wall behind him. People are screaming the entire fight. You could hear the down below in the pit. People are scrambling.
oh jeez.
Yes, shit is going down. The Keeler
I
and
hope you,
Colonel.
Fluffy.
What?
I helped you, Fluffy.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did. Oh no. So, how do we? Let me paint a picture for you. Bits of this has all happened in the space of like half a second. It's like you.
Oh, jeez.
It's like you got your gun in Dustwitch's face. Dustwitch pushed the gun up. The assault. Your ears are still ringing. Plaster is still falling from that burst of bullets going through the ceiling. You see that you see Dragonisa wheels around, levels her gun, bang! The entire bar lights up. People are screaming. Everything's disoriented. Keeler is pulling out of. Colonel is dragging Keeler out of the out of that low meeting room. He and all the rest of the Ravens are opening fire. So, let's go ahead and you are already shooting.
Yep.
Fluffy, your gun is on the ground. What Folger, your shotgun is behind the bar. What do you do?
Is there like an initiative order that we're doing?
No, let's just go Folger and then Fluffy. Yeah, yeah. Folger, Fluffy, Dragonese, because like we've already gone in the order of Fluffy, Dragonese, so let's give Folger a chance to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! I grab my shotgun.
Who do you shoot?
I want to shoot that guy.
Oh, jeez.
That guy being Keeler, that guy being Colonel,
Keeler?
that guy.
How many ravens did you say that was in the bar, Nick? Before we say that one.
Well, minus Dustwitch is probably down. Minus Dustwitch and Yanda is probably
Hey, I
down
thought
to
that.
around 3, plus Keeler and Colonel.
Hey. That was tricky.
Then I aim my shot at the next raven over that's about to
Yep.
or make
It
his way
did.
towards
Beep, 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 beep,
Dragonisa
beep, beep.
after he saw her blast a hole in his friend's skull.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he sees
Yo,
he
it's
sees
funny.
you leveling it. He's got a pistol in his hand.
Yo, it's funny.
You trade shots. You trade shots. You do 3 damage close. Like it lifts him off his
I
feet.
smell fried
You
panda.
take 2 harm. What's your armor?
My armor is, if I remember correctly, it should also be 2.
Why?
You are you have the option of wearing armor worth 1 armor. I know you describe yourself as wearing like a white shirt and
Oh.
vest and stuff like that.
Thank you for watching,
What
sir.
would
I
you be
hope you
wearing
have
like
a
a
good
bulletproof
night.
vest underneath that or on top of it? What's this armor look like?
The armor is the vest. It just looks fashionable.
I like it. Okay,
Oh, it's
so
like
2 harm minus. I like it. So you blast this guy away. He the shotgun blast lifts him off his feet. He hits the wall. He slumps against the ground. He's not dead yet, but he is bleeding out.
Oh, jeez.
You take a shot under a rib. 2 harm minus 1 armor is 1 harm. Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus 1.
2d6 plus 1, let's go! I got a 9.
That's bad. That's bad. So
That's not one.
Click and go. Cheap, cheap,
So,
cheap. When a nuggies in
it's excruciating. Let me tell you. It's like you are. You can tell that you're not down but out. Go ahead and mark down 1 harm on your sheet. That'll take. It's like if you don't take any more harm, that will heal off eventually. But it's like right now in the fight, you lose track of where Colonel and Keeler are. They're gone. They're out of the bar. Okay, so that leaves 2 ravens. Fluffy, you are. Yeah, your bullet. Your armor just stopped a bullet. Your gun's on the ground. You still have the grenade tube in your hand. What do you do?
I also have unlimited knives.
This is true. And right now, you are fighting as a small gang. There are only 2 of them, which I'm going to count as being like not basically, if you go after these two, you can take both of them.
Neither of them are reaching for the gun, I'm assuming. Are they? I want to make sure I maintain possession of the weapon, but at the same time, that's not the priority right now.
You would need to go for the weapon. They haven't had a chance to react to that. They're more. Let me put it this way: you can go for your gun, but it will mean that they get a free shot on you.
Could I do the seize by force? Would that work for that? For grabbing the gun?
Seize by force is like if you're both trying to go for something. So if you want, I will say that you can seize by force if they're let's say they're going for the gun. I'm gonna retcon that. They see the gun on the ground. They see you lumbering for it. You both have an equal shot at it. You got two guys trying to go for the gun versus your one. Let's go for it. Roll plus hard. And mark experience, I'm pretty sure, because I think your heart is highlighted.
Yes, it is. Much better. That's a 13.
All right.
Nice.
So they have guns. You have your knives. You're gonna trade harm. That's 2 harm for them. That's 2 harm for you. Your armor takes it down. They're wearing 1 armor. They take 1 harm. And go ahead and roll plus 0 for harm.
That's 6.
Okay, that's good. We're golden. They are terrified. They're both. They're not dead.
Follow
yet,
him. Thank you very much for
one
the
of them is
follow.
bleeding out because you stabbed them in the shoulder.
And I got your hydrant right here.
You stabbed one of them in the shoulder. They're clutching the knife. They're kind of staggering towards the door. The other one is clutching his gun with another knife in it. They're trying to leave. They are running.
We're playing Apocalypse World.
What do you do, Dragonisa? You're up.
They're running.
They're running. They're trying to get away.
I'm not going to shoot somebody that's running away unless they're pointing guns at us or something like that. I'll follow them with the gun. But if they're going to get away, I'm going to let them go.
All right. Okay. So they get away. Colonel and Keeler run away. They got away in the scramble. All right. I'm almost sorry that Gazelle and Iris didn't go straight to the bar.
I was thinking this the whole time. I'm not even gonna lie. I was damn, we really should have went to the bar.
Yeah. Oh,
By the way, I have the perfect phrase for what I say when it's all over.
Do it. Let's see it.
With those two standing there, I'm gonna go, I guess I'm not working for them now.
I mean, you still could. I mean, the fact that you just shot a guy in the head says probably not. But you never know. Maybe they're forgiving.
Yeah.
You never know.
I put my gun away in the coolest way possible.
You spin it around your finger. You
Sure.
in the hole.
Although third party just listening to that makes me a little worried that you just let both two guys go that could go and get reinforcements.
4 guys. Keeler, Colonel, the 2 Ravens.
Oh yeah,
Tell
4
me
guys.
back, it's fine.
all I say is, as I still have a hole in my side, don't I?
Still have a hole in your side, yes.
And Yasha's hurt too.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is like, risk going like this.
All right.
Probably not.
So with the gang war just starting in the bar, let's go back to Iris and Gazelle and Goldie. Let's see. You've gotten to Snow's clinic. It's like I said, fallen skybar sitting on top of a building, kind of like a hat. How does this thing look? It's kind of dingy. You look around, you can see that the tools aren't very well maintained. It's better than elsewhere in the city. She at least has a scalpel. She at least has alcohol to clean things with. but the scalpel has the scalpel has like tetanus. It's got rust on there. You're kind of leery of actually going under the knife here.
Right.
You know Snow, right? What's your relationship to her? Like, have you worked for her before, Iris?
Yeah, I helped work with them. Trying to get information.
Does she ever
yeah.
have you do the whammy on a patient?
Occasionally, especially.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because she's actually got a patient on a table right now.
Mhm.
They're strapped down hands and legs. She's kind of like dragging a scalpel down their chest. The patient is freaking the fuck out. She says, "Oh, good. Iris, come here. Calm
Yeah.
down.
Come. All right.
What do you do?"
Well, so I'll just put my, hand, I'll put my glove up against their face, and then I will. Let's see here. I need to get to my sheet, not the Battle Babe sheet.
Are you trying to go aggro? Are you trying to put the whammy on him?
Well, so I'm looking here. Yeah, I'm gonna put the whammy on them.
Okay. In-brain puppet strings?
Yeah, I was trying to look at the brain scan just to see if it would do anything for me, but I think, I think in-brain puppet strings is probably gonna be my best option.
I mean, you could do deep brain scan too. I mean, your weird is highlighted. Might as well get that experience from it.
Right.
You guys have been marking your own experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah, although I don't know if I'm supposed to have 2 experience at this point, because I did convince Gazelle to come this way, instead of going straight to like the whatever compound he was taking.
That would have been seduce or manipulate, so that would have been hot and therefore not highlighted.
Not highlighted. Okay. In that case,
You will have 2 now, though.
man. So yeah, we'll do in-brain puppet strings. Hi, Jax. Ah! I dropped the dice on the floor.
Skill issue.
If it's a 6, can I keep it? No, okay. Dang it! I did it again. I rolled a 7 on the dice, and
So that's a 10.
Yep.
That's a 9.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Okay, so you get 1 hold over this guy. What's this guy's name? This guy's name is Joy. This. Yeah, call him Petty.
Petty? Colin Petty?
Petty, yeah.
Petty.
Although with your hand on his face, you might as well call them Putty.
Yeah, because that's probably the only thing that they're wanting to do right now.
Yeah. They're one of the Fluffy Bean militia.
Mm-hmm.
They are kicking and screaming. Gazelle, you know this guy. He's one of your guys. He's got like a jagged knife sticking out of his side. It's like he is screaming. He is in pain. He's bleeding out on the counter. It's like, and you put your glove on his face. You're just like, you kind of see him freeze, like panic, like he's like, he can feel you in his mind.
Yeah.
And he is going like, he is frozen in place. He is freaking the fuck out, but in a way that like freeze and instead of fight.
Yeah.
So.
Goal achieved.
Yep. Go ahead and mark your experience.
All right, I did.
Snow takes advantage of the sudden calm to pull a needle from her pocket, jabs it in his neck.
Hi, Jax.
And Petty goes limp on the table. Doesn't look like he's dead. You don't think? You can still kind of see his chest kind of rising and falling,
Right.
but he's out like a light.
Oh, yeah.
Snow kind of takes a moment to calm, put hand on her chest, kind of breathing like, oh my god, these fluffy beans are fucking insane.
Sorry for the mess on the floor.
Mess on the floor?
Yeah.
What mess on the floor is that?
Oh, well,
Out of character.
well, you had said how they wanted to go potty, so because I scared them that bad, so I figured,
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
sure.
now a mess on the floor.
So, Gazelle, you're watching one of your guys just pee his pants in fear. What do Snow is saying? Yeah, this guy was out in the waste. He got attacked, by we don't know what the fuck it was. It was huge and it had a bunch of claws and a knife apparently. So it's like you'll forgive if I don't actually know the answers, because it's like this guy was not he was not speaking the clearest. Gazelle, what do you think attacked this guy? You know anything about that? What has claws and a knife out in the waste?
Claws and a knife.
Yeah.
Sounds like one of. It sounds like I forget. I'm trying to recall the name of it, but it's these accursed beasts that roam the wastes with long dagger-like claws that they have. That people often confuse for daggers.
Okay, I like that. So they're, oh, that's fucking nasty. That is. So you're saying that they're big enough to have claws the size of daggers,
Yeah.
but the claws are like designed to snap off inside the wound.
Yes, exactly.
Oh god, that's fucking awful. I love it. I imagine they're like giant armadillo kind of things, like
Yeah,
big,
they're-
giant, armored.
Yeah, they're armored and freaking heckin' hard to kill, man. We've only slain like 3 of them in my whole militia. Lost a
What are they
good few men from them.
What are they called?
They're called the Kretch.
The Kretch?
Yes.
Like
the
Creche?
Kretch. Or Kretch. Kretch. They are the Kretch.
This is Butterface. Emily and Scales produce significantly less rails before him. There was some effort to further regulate the byproduct, but
What? No. All right, so we have Snow. What did I say? The guy who's on Petty. That's his name.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep track of a cast of like 15 characters that are all going in there.
How's your night, Jax?
Okay, so beyond the fact that the claws stick in there, Gazelle, what makes the Kretch so fucking terrifying? Beyond the armor, the claws, like, is there anything that makes the wounds harder to treat?
Once you're impaled by one of the Kretch's blades, it infects you with a very deadly neurotoxin that is very hard to cure. Only a select few people have the known cure for it.
Okay, and you're not one of those guys. Like
No,
you're
we are not. We're a bunch of savages, so we try to stay away from those things.
Okay, so Petty, fuck, he's gone. Yeah, Petty is like, maybe you can save him, but you would need to find who has the cure. You would need to pay them for the cure. You would need to bring him back to save Petty if you want to.
Yeah.
Do you want to save him?
He doesn't have much time to live.
How much time?
Once the blade is in you, you only have a matter of 3 days before the neurotoxin kills you fully.
Oh, jeez.
How long ago was Petty stabbed? Do we even have enough time to make such a trip?
Well, Snow kind of leans against the counter and says, "Well, fuck. If you stay this 3 days, like he just got in here. It's like some of your pals are around the back. They dragged him in. that was like a couple, like maybe 4 hours ago. So it's like it's fresh. It's like he's not dead now. There might be chance, but it's like I got no fucking clue where you get that.
I would have to assume it'd probably be closer to the center tower, where all of the
Cute
where all
bunny.
the
Yeah.
wealthier objects and people live.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? She kind of pauses as if being struck by an idea. She says, "You know, I don't know what the Kretch are, but you know who would? I bet if you were to dig around in the Lich Lord's Tower or the Arcane University, you might find a book about them. Like if they're like us, they've got to mutated from something. Got to be a monster, a creature somewhere in a book. You can kind of look that up."
You may be right. We may have to venture out there and try to find this book or anything, just some sort of scripture that just tells us about this neurotoxin and mayhaps a way to cure it.
All right. Snow kind of goes over to a sink, turns it on. The water is kind of clammy and dirty. It's like it's you can tell that this is not sanitary. She's got kind of like a jar of water that she's kind of boiled but not actually cleaned. It's like dirty brown. It goes over her hand. She's kind of rinsing off her hands, rinsing blood off her arms. And she says, "Well, can't say I'm not happy to see you, Iris, but the fuck you doing here? You get shot? What you need?"
Well, I got one of these guys that is in my group, and they've been getting sick lately, and I was hoping that you could possibly take a look, and see if there's anything we could do to get them a cure. But I got a couple people with the same symptoms, so hoping that we figure out what's wrong with them, we figure out what's wrong with the other people.
She kind of eyes Goldie, says, this the guy?
Yep, that's them.
What's your name? Goldie is in shock. Like he has just seen a person stabbed, had a knife the size of his forearm pulled out of his knife, and you can see it's like fragile. It's got like shards. This claw, it looks like glass, so it's like it breaks off and leaves shards inside the wound. It's just fucking nasty. He is kind of trembling. He is very much regretting his decision. He goes, Ken, he's trying to get it out that he wants to go to the bars. Like he realizes that he's got some money out of you. He doesn't want to get that out of here, but he's going to lie. Actually, he's not going to lie down on the table because right now we have a fluffy bean on there that's kind of bleeding out on it. But he's going to take a seat in one of the clinic's chairs. Snow's going to kind of peek on top of him. All right, what actually is this sickness? I don't actually know. I think that Snow does, though. Snow probably has some experience with this. It's because, let's be honest, you have guys all living in pretty close proximity to each other.
Right.
In a big, massive city. It's been 20 years. Disease is no stranger to her. Here, I'm going to borrow a page from the Savvy Head book. Let's say that, yeah, she can figure out a cure to this, but it's probably going to take a few days of work, and it's probably going to take some money to get her. It's like, if you give her some money and some time, she'll make a cure for it. She doesn't need your involvement, but she does need some space. She needs some money. She needs privacy. Okay. She needs you to. What she needs most of all is she needs not to be disturbed. So if you can get someone else to help her, it's like if you can get some security for her clinic, either from the Ravens or actually she'd prefer the Ravens. If you can get some security from the Ravens to help her bar, or someone to protect her that's not from the Ravens. Either way, she wants you to protect her for the time it will take her to fix this cure.
Okay.
One barter, security, a few days.
All right. I'll get you some security.
All right. So, where are you going to get security from? You got the Ravens. You got Gazelle here. Gazelle can pull some strings. You know that you have Lith. If you're willing to go back and talk to the rest of the cult, you might be able to arrange some humans there for protection. You have Fluffy. You got Dragonista. Where are we going?
Well, I mean, I know Gazelle fairly well, and Gazelle's standing right here. So I think I'm going to approach Gazelle, see if I can't get them to provide a guy.
All right, Gazelle. What do you think?
I think I can muster up a few men from the militia. It will take them a few hours to get to us, but they'll be
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw in a kind of a kink here. You not in that sense. Don't say anything. Fuck.
Hello?
Yes, we're gonna do some bondage on stream. No.
All right.
Anyway, Gazelle, you're a diplomat. You know these guys. You know that they like you. You're not actually part of their command structure, though, right? You're not actually a commander. You're like you got the military uniform, but you're not actually in them. So
yes, exactly.
what are? Let's say we follow you back there to the compound, right? What kind of compound do the Fluffy Beans have?
Mainly just a regular, or like a older style kind of compound. We're fairly new to building civilizations, so mainly just smaller huts with big groups living in them, and then like a main centralized place that we all would meet up before we go on a hunt.
Okay, so let me pull up my map real quick. We have the militia buddies over here. We've got a compound. I'm going to say is basically in the center of this square here. You've built like a longhouse. You've got a bonfire going on. You got you've got a couple huts lining the rings of it, like a big ring. Do you have a fence in there?
No fence.
No fence. Okay, so you got openings either way. You can go in. I got a question for you. You need to go out through this gateway. You either need to go out through the wall here to get your hunting buddies, or you need to go out over the wall. What do you do to go hunting? I think it'd be much faster to go over here, frankly.
We have finagled a way to get over the wall that we've kept secret from all the other prying eyes, but not many people venture into the Holy Zoo because they know it's our territory.
Okay. I'm just gonna clarify. The Holy Zoo is like you can lay claim to like a small portion to it. It's like you're not nearly enough people to do an entire quarter of the city. So it's like, is it just the area around the Holy Zoo, like a few blocks, or?
I will retract my statement and say that our area is like mainly centered around like where the militia buddies is. So like that general like area, that would be us.
All right, I like that. Okay, so you go into the compound. Who's in charge in there? Like you're a trusted friend. You're an advisor. You help the man. You're a good strategist. Who actually has the power in that holding?
It would be. I wanna. Trying to think of a good name. I'm gonna say.
I'll stick my tongue out too.
Our chief's name is Axel. He is a fluffy being like us, but he is probably one of the oldest, if not the oldest out of all of us. His word is most trusted amongst all of the fluffy beans.
All right, I can do that for you. So you're saying he's older than everyone else? Are you saying he's pre-apocalypse, maybe? Like an experiment kind of deal?
Oh,
Possibly. He doesn't really reveal much about his past.
All right, so we got like a Rats and Nim situation, possibly. I like that. So, Axel. Let's talk about Axel. Man, Axel is fucking cool. Do you know that? because like you are wearing a uniform made of human skin. Axel is like he has got bones and shit grafted to his flesh.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
like he has got an armored.
He's on another level. That one.
Yeah, it's like we're talking like full on cyborg bone modification kind of deal. Like he has a human rib cage grafted to his ribs that is like extra armor on top of him. He is a badass. He is cool, and also he is freaky as fuck to look at. Like you can see that one eye kind of twitches and rolls back in his skull as he goes. Like he kind of stands up from his chair at the fire, which is kind of like not like a milk crate kind of deal. It's like he is actually, I'll tell you what his chair is made out of. Made out of human bones.
Yeah.
He's got a throne of bone. The bone throne.
He's the bone throne.
The Sibian. No. He stands up. He kind of scoops you into a hug, scoops you off your feet, like a bone-crushing hug kind of thing. He says, "It's good to see you, Gazelle. It's been a while." Well, sorry about that. It's like it's all the meat, gives you a rough throat there.
Yes, I'm quite aware. It's good to see you again, Axel.
What brings you here? Hey, dear, get some meat for Gazelle here.
Well, I actually come to you and ask of a favor. I need some muscle to go on a trip into the Forbidden Library, trying to find some scriptures that might help one of our friends in need.
Forbidden Library. That's rough territory. We lost a few guys there the other week. It's like I'm not sure I want to send a guy in there. What? It's like you're asking for a favor. That's a hell of a favor. It's like what would you do for me if I did that? Like you'd owe me more than a favor. You don't owe me a favor. It's like a future later on. What are you gonna give me?
Well, you already know I am very much well with words in this city. I have many connections here and there, but if you do this for me, great one, I will, of course, be in your debt forever, and I will fetch you or shall I say, the first magical item that I am able to come across still intact and with some use. I will bring it to you.
He kind of stares at you appraisingly. He goes like, "That's a dangerous promise there. Like magical items. That's you come in and you expect me to say thank you for a magical item. You know that's just gonna blow up in my face."
I know
So,
they have their reputation of being rather volatile. But
Yeah,
there
because
might
they
be
fucking
one.
blow up. They earn the reputation.
You could always offer a copy of the cure. That is why you're
That's
going in
actually-
there.
Yeah, that is true. It's like you haven't brought that up. It's like he knows that that fucking Petty is like down for the count, but he's kind of written him off. He says, "Yeah, fuck it." It's like he's gonna die. We sent Petty to Snow to kind of live out his last few days. It's like it's fucking terrible. Yeah. So if you bring up the cure, I'm sure that could do it. Yeah.
There is possibly one other thing I could give you once I procure it from the library, if I find it there. It's a cure to those dastardly Kithrak.
Kretch.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's like you made the name. How do you know the name?
I don't know. My brain.
All right. So he kind of pauses. He says, "You think you have a cure for the Kretch poison? Well, he takes a bit to think about it because like that's a big deal. Like that would mean that they could start actually hunting the Kretch for real and not worry about it coming back with fewer people than they came out with. That would mean that they have a new food source." He kind of nods.
New armaments too, from using the Kretch's poison to our own advantage.
Ooh, that's nasty. I fucking love the way they think.
Yeah.
Okay, shit. He kind of nods. He grabs a mead. He grabs a tankard, shoves it in your hand, pokes elbow with you, says, "We'll drink on it." Like kind of like you drink around your elbow. He drinks on around his elbow, kind of deal.
Alrighty. Thank you, sir.
He lifts you up by the elbow and just keeps drinking and drinking until the tankard is dry. Like he is taller than you. He is like the fluffiest of fluffy beans, and by that I mean he's fucking massive.
I just dangle there with the tankard empty. I'm just like, sir.
He puts you down, kind of waves over a troop. Like there aren't a whole bunch of fluffy beans. I figure there's probably like 15 maybe 20.
Yeah.
Do you think that's about right?
That would be about right. Like 15 to 20.
Okay. And is that overall, or is that just here in the city?
That would be at least the ones that we know of in the city. We don't know if any of them are any more out, like
Right.
in the outskirts.
Let me clarify. There are plenty of fluffy beans. These are the fluffy beans that are directly involved in the militia.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Then there are probably
Oh.
like 2 or 3 at each outpost.
So,
out
Phantom, I'm gonna hold
I would
on
say your outposts are out over towards this way.
on
They're-
to eat something just for now.
Let's
Yeah,
add that.
like-
Just because we did just order food, so we're waiting on that to get here. But I will definitely hydrate. I'll need to go get more hydrate, I'll be honest. And then,
God, I love having a map.
but I'll do my stretch now.
Okay. All
As everything
right.
pops. I'm going to
So
refund your.
he kind of waves over his some of his lieutenants. Let's see, what is their name? We're gonna say Mocha.
Okay.
Mocha,
So you
kind
get-
of an
should get
otter,
that point back.
about your size. I'm gonna say he's maybe an inch taller than you think, but it's like you'll never admit it. He comes in there. He's not he's not as well armed as
I'm gonna
as
run and
fluffy
grab a.
It's like these guys have basically like you might have a shotgun here, a pistol there. They've got kind of crap armor that's basically cobbled together from like stop signs and shit like that. It's very patchwork. It'll stop a bullet or turn a knife, but it's not dedicated body armor. So go ahead and write down in your gear, gang small, 2 harm, 1 armor. And go ahead and make a note that they are from the militia buddies.
So real quick, we've been going for almost 3 hours. Do we want to take a moment and stretch and get drinks and use the bathroom if you need to,
That
And-
is not a bad idea.
and reconvene
I'm-
in 5?
Okay. Yeah, we can continue the scene after we get some snacks. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, dope then.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna mute up. Raven, you just let us know when you're ready. All right.
Yep. So chat, I'm going to be right back. Like I said, about 5 minutes. Well, it'll be less for me, but it will be. We'll continue on with the scene in about 5 minutes. That'll give me some time to get my hydrate and also use the bathroom. So I'll be back very shortly. There we go. Yay! Alright, so I got that hydrate. I'm going to drink that now. I'm back.
That makes two of us.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you. All of you. You know what? You are all cute.
Oh, there.
Hmm.
Then again,
That's
If
it.
the
I'm
cutie-
calling the police.
I'm calling the FBI. Say,
Oh, the cutie police.
God damn it! They will run against me. There's no winning.
Nope.
Well, I guess if the cutie says so herself, I guess I'd take that. No.
Chief of the cutie police, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think I can fight the cutie police? That's a dangerous gameplay. You can have it with you.
This has been a fun session so far.
So far so good. Yeah, glad to know that somehow no, fuck it. I started a fucking game.
Yep.
Love it, yeah.
Way to go.
To be fair, you were trying to keep the peace. You were trying to keep the peace.
I will make sure that it's brought up that Yenman has done it too many times, so something had to be done. Like, alright, I had enough of your shit. I'm gonna pull up a gun in your face and you better stop or get the hell out. Then you're chasing.
By the way, Belle, I am really, really glad that you didn't ask for a roll for Azabeth on the shooting the laser earlier. Because I anticipated you asking for it, so I went ahead and rolled for it for Azabeth because they were on the thing. And I rolled a 3.
I would have shot Fluffy.
Yeah, so I'm really happy that you didn't ask for it because I anticipated and then I ended up not using it, so I'll take it.
I mean, I get a gang war out of it. I'm happy.
If anything, this is like literally just on me too. Fluffy just was hired, and Dragonisa was just there on business of her own accord.
It's
Even
not
though
my
she is a
fault.
regular sometimes.
I looked.
No. To be fair, Azabeth could have walked out and done business. It would not have been her fight.
True. But Frisco doesn't know that, and he's gonna have at me.
That's a good point. Thank you for that idea.
God damn it! Sometimes the dragon gotta keep his mouth shut.
All right. So we have about 45 minutes left in this session.
Okay.
Let's go for another few minutes with the militia buddies. And do we want to have another scene with the bar, or do we want to just call it there and figure out where to go from there?
I say we left off great at the bar, and we can
Alright.
do next session that like how we started off, like just at the bar.
All right.
And however you want to start it off.
It's fine.
Sounds good. All right, so let's finish off this scene with the militia buddies. You have your
Oh,
small
sleepy
gang.
Vanna.
Let's see, what are their names? I should have taken advantage of the break to figure out some names. Fuck.
You said one was Mocha.
Yeah, Mocha, and let's say that let's say you got four guys, which is actually like a fifth of their forces in the city, which is a lot. Let me note that down. Mocha, let's call him Caramel. Ellen, and what do we want to call him? Salty. So, do you want to go into the do you want to go straight to the Forbidden Library? Because I'm going to be honest, you know the library has a reputation. You know that it's a source of magical items. You know it's a source of books, and that both of those things are dangerous. It's like if you could bring in some other people with you now that you have that gang, but it's like. I'm asking, do you want to go in now, or do you want to go and talk to your other friends and see if they want to come with?
I would rather go and talk to my other friends, knowing the risk it is for even this small group to go in.
So, Fluffy is probably your best bet then.
Yeah, I should probably go and find that Fluffy.
I know, right? Reading. Ugh,
He's not busy at all.
I don't do that.
No,
Okay.
doing nothing else.
So yeah, let's say you start to wander across the bar, and as you go, you see some ravens staggering past you. You see Colonel and Keeler passing by on the way. They kind of wave to you as they go. You know, wish you a nice day. Say, you could hear them muttering about. It's like, oh, we're gonna get them. They don't say who, but it's like you can see them. All right,
Yeah.
so unless you stop, you make it to the bar with no real issues. It's a bit of a trip through the city. It's like you're going through the center square. You can see the center of the city is just gorgeous. You know that? It's like even 20 years later, it's still marble, it's still gold, it's still glorious. You're making your way there, kind of clambering over the dormant golems, which are just these massive, like 15, 20-foot tall monsters made of steel and stone. They're not dead, is the right word. They're inert or dormant.
They are catatonic.
Catatonic, yes, is the good word. It's like you know that back. Actually, Fulgur, you know this. Is like I don't know how much you've shared with them. You know that back then they were the armies of the Lich Lord. Invincible, impenetrable, like each one a mech, a force in their own right. And then when the magic died and the wizards disappeared, it's like they kept following their orders, but nobody else has been giving them orders soon. So they're just kind of a mobile threat. They just kind of wander around the port ring, not talking to anyone, not doing anything, just kind of patrolling, protecting the port ring from anything, but not actually venturing out. They're like a course hazard kind of deal. So, what I'm going to say is, to get past them, I'm going to have you roll to keep your cool. What is actually called? What's the move actually called? Do something under fire. So one of you is going to roll. You can roll. You can choose who rolls. Roll plus cool to figure out whether you make it through or not.
Okay. So I got 8 plus my cool plus 1. That's a 9.
Okay. Iris, would you like to help?
Sure.
What's your HX with Gazelle?
Gazelle +1.
Okay. So roll the bones. What are you doing to help him? Like how are you helping him keep quiet and sneaky?
Can you repeat that statement? I didn't hear it.
How are you helping Gazelle? Like paint the situation. Are you like kind of pointing things out, helping him negotiate the rubble here? Are you just kind of drawing him back behind a curtain as a golem lumbers past, all gold and obsidian?
I'm keeping an eye on the golems and just keeping an extra eye out on the surroundings just to make sure nothing is coming up behind us or trying to get us.
Okay. So go ahead and roll to help interfere. You have +1 HX.
So I rolled a 9 on the dice. +1, so that's a for the cool, right? So that'd
Yep.
be
Or
10.
rather, it's +1 for your HX with Gazelle, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that'd
Yeah.
be a 10.
That'll be a 10, be a full help. So you get to add +2 to Gazelle's roll. So that brings it up to an 11, I believe.
Nice.
That's a full success. You managed to slip by those golems without any problems. They just kind of lubber past. They don't see you going by. You're able to get the platoon of fluffy bees in with you. There's no issues. You show up at the bar. Holger, what do you see? It's been like maybe like 20 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes, somewhere in there. How have you responded to oh shit gang war?
Well, first off, I knowing right away, though I dreaded it, got into contact with Frisco. As expected, he was out.
Well, you wouldn't have needed to contact Frisco. He's in the bar with you. Like he was there when it went down. So, what are you telling him?
First off, I tell him, I apologize for what happened in Frisk. I did not mean to start a war. I didn't mean to start some shit. But apparently they got a little too personal when I finally kicked out Yenma.
Okay. Frisco kind of leans over the bar. He says, you know, kid, I raised you better than this. You know, I raised you from the gutter. I gave you this bar. This is my bar, not your bar. It's like this is my neutral ground. You go and you start some shit here. He's like, you need to get Fluffy. You need to get that shithead cat, and you need to go and figure something out. You need to keep the peace somehow. You need to go. It's like, let me be absolutely 100% clear. If it comes if it means not starting a fight, I will deliver your head on a plate to. I will deliver your head on a plate to the Ravens. So you need to figure something the fuck out. All right. It's like you're number 3, but if this goes bad, it's my ass. Figure something the fuck out.
Aye, sir.
So, what is your plan? How
They're in some shit.
What are your plan? How you gonna do this? How you gonna keep the peace?
Fix the problem I created, Ulu.
I don't think you created it all by yourself.
That
I would have
that 1-5, man. That 1-5.
that 1-5. I'd say I might have to go to the Ravens headquarters myself.
All right.
Ballsy.
That is ballsy. But again,
It's
you're a
very-
PC. It's like you're a PC. You're sitting here. You got a gut shot. It's like you have to go to Snow's anyway to get that taken care of, or else it might get infected. So, who are you taking with you to the Ravens headquarters? You got some friends?
I do. And she's gonna hate it. If possible, I will.
Let's see. What was her name? Sierra Seabreeze.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Sierra, want to help me get out some shit?
Okay, yeah. Now, you don't know where she is, right? He's like, she's still somewhere in the city, you think? You can't imagine she's gone out into the wastes, or you hope, because the wilds are somehow even shittier than the city. They got fucking armadillos that kill you with neurotoxin.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. I love Marvel right?
Let me ask you this: who could help you find her? Actually, I've got an even better idea. If you'd like, there is a move called Open Your Brain to the World's Psychic Maelstrom. What that means is you're basically going by your gut, you're going by your instinct, you're tapping into something outside yourself. Do you want to try to roll that, or do you want to try to go to someone else and get advice? Did Sierra have any friends you can tap into? Like you can ask your friends where she is.
I would actually like to AS.
All right, so that's roll plus weird.
Yeah, it's time to get weird.
All right, now before we roll, I want to ask you, what does this look like? Like, opening your brain to the Psychic Maelstrom, you are not like tapping into a phone line. It's like you are directly plugging a live wire into your veins. Like this is something big and scary and outside yourself. What are you doing to try to tap into this?
Lick a corrupted mana stone.
That could be fun.
Is that how am I going to do that?
Yeah.
That was just a
How are-
suggestion.
How are you tapping in?
I would say fire.
Fire.
No. Well, it doesn't involve fire. Fire up a boiling cauldron of. Wait, no, there's no water. Well, there's little.
Okay. So you're like trying to do some kind of divination, kind of cauldron reading?
Not really. I don't know how to phrase it. You know what? I just placed my. You know what? Because I lack creativity at the moment, I'm gonna place myself in one of the spare rooms, lock the door, and sit in a meditation pose.
Okay.
And
So- Go ahead and roll the dice. I'm going to try to figure out how this works.
Because honestly, I was just gonna dip myself into boiling water, and since I'm resistant to heat, it's not going to be much boiling, but it will ease the mind so I can actually.
He was a
enter
good
my state.
moderator.
So roll plus weird.
That's a 10 plus weird is I have plus 1 on weird, right? So that's 11.
Cheap.
11, so that's a full
Cheap,
hit. So, let me try and figure out what this looks like. Because I think I know what the Psychic Maelstrom is. I'm just trying to figure out how it would manifest. It's like you're sitting in that business room, right?
Mhm.
You've pushed all the
Yeah.
chairs to the side. You've got like buckets of water. That it's like that you've scattered the water on the ground. It's kind of steaming. It's making even you sweat. It's like you're sitting there in this fucking sauna of steam. Like it's like you're trying to push yourself out of your body. This is fucking painful. Is what it is. Like you are boiling yourself alive, and you kind of feel your brain. You kind of feel yourself recede out of your body. Like it's kind of like being pushed out, and you see your body start to move on its own as you sit outside it. It kind of sits there and gropes around on the floor, kind of pokes itself into the edge of the table, which is like a metal table, got some sharp edges. You see that the tip of your fingers start to bleed. It kind of starts to scrawl around in the dust on the floor, on the water there. Kind of clears them out, writes something on the ground. You snap back to yourself. It's like whatever was inside your body is gone. You're in there now, just like whoop. And written on the ground in your own blood, I think, is, what do I want to say? Let me take a look at the map and try to figure that out. It says elementals. And you can kind of see how the blood is rusting early. It should be bright red still. You can see it kind of turning a rusty brown. You can kind of see, oh shit, it looks like Earth. You think in this clue, you know about you see all these brown dots inside the map here. What those are? Those are along the main corridor. Those are access points to the Warrens. What the Warrens are you know that you were around here briefly before the war, you know, but before your parents disappeared, or was it your mom or your dad that disappeared? That was the dragon.
It was my father.
Okay, so you know that back here there were several ways to get around in Detroit, I guess. You had the old Sky Yard that had the sky ships transporting commercial goods all around the city. You had the port ring that teleported things from this city to other cities. You had the surface level for all the peasants. And then underneath, you had the Warrens. It wasn't called the Warrens back then. It was called something like the Subway. But saying the Subway sends entirely the wrong messages. It makes you think of, like, trains on rails. Like, that's what you would see in our world.
Mhm.
In this world, you had Earth elementals that lived under the ground, that were bound and trapped and enslaved, and they lived under the city, and they hauled around palaces. They were built like you had an Earth elemental that was carved out with a room inside its shell, and they were the transport. They were the cargo. They would burrow through the ground to their destinations. Like, you would have stations here that would take you through anywhere in the city, less because they had tunnels and a railroad, but because each of these points connected to all of the rest of them. Like, you could say, I want to go here, and an elemental would carve a tunnel, like, whoop, straight through there to where you wanted to go. And you know that elementals are hostile to human, and you know that wherever Sierra Seabreeze is, she's down there in the Warrens. In that maze of tunnels, in that maze of, like, left behind crumbling Earth. You know that I don't know what Sierra's deal is. You know that she was against the gang warfare, she was against the assassination. I think that she might have talked some elementals around to her side. So she's probably somewhere in the Forge District under here with some elementals. That's probably what you're going with right there.
Lovely.
Isn't it, though?
No.
So, you know, there's an elemental hideout out here. That's probably the best place to start, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed.
all right. Fluffy, Dragonista, what are you doing? What have you been doing in the past 40 minutes or so?
Pushing P.
Well, we probably need to see that that he gets medical care, right?
He being Fluffy, or?
I don't need medical care. I'm fine.
No, Yasha.
That's true.
He's I mean, one of us could go run to try to bring a medic, because I think for a lot of this period, Yasha's been working on other things other than getting medical care at this point.
Yeah, the drift or the dreaming time or whatever you want to call it. They were in another place.
Yeah.
I think
So,
both of us are. We probably would have a conversation about what we're going to do now that we have aroused an entire gang of ravens.
Yeah.
Right?
I will note the way harm works in this game is that if you take a look at the go ahead and take a look at Raven's Brainer sheet, you can see that harm in the bottom left corner. It's got a countdown, goes to 3, 6, 9, and then 12, and it's got 6 spaces for it. Anything before 6 will heal on its own over time. Overtime could mean a day, could mean a week. It's going to be a lot longer if you're running around and being active and chasing things down than it will be if you're sitting still and actually actively resting to get that harm to go down. So right now, Fulgur has only taken 1 harm. He's at the 3 o'clock right now. So if he were to take it easy for a bit, that harm would heal on its own. I will note also, anything past 9 o'clock will get worse on its own if it's not treated. And anything between 6 and 9 will just sit there until you get treatment one way or the other. So 3 to 6 will heal, 6 to 9 will sit. Anything 9 to 12 will get worse until you die.
well,
Worse
I
until
think
you die.
I'm gonna try to keep order within the bar at this point with whatever patrons are still there.
Okay. So who actually is still in the bar? I mean, I imagine it's probably what's her face. Who's that best? It is. I wrote this down. It's Christy. Yeah, Christy was just here starting at the bar. It's like she kind of jumped for cover when the shootout started. She's not been hit, thank God. So she is coming out. She is like kind of helping keep things orderly. It's like she's also kind of looking at Fulgur saying like, yeah, you're gonna owe me for this. Like she's planning on extracting her pound of flesh for this later on. Just putting that on your radar. She knows she's helping.
So I guess I'm gonna look at Fluffy and go, well, I was looking for a job. Looks like that one's not gonna work out. How about you guys?
I mean, you're probably gonna have to talk with Fulgur, but we could probably use an extra hand now. Especially if things start getting worse.
I'm just going to note how much barter does Fulgur have?
Well, there's always opportunities when there's a fight,
Yeah. I'll note that Fulgur has 2 barter at the start of the session. Spent one for their move. Spent one for their upkeep, and that leaves them with 1. So one of you is going to go without paying, I think, unless you can find a way to get somewhere else.
Does the bar bring in any money?
It's a bar.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Oh.
Raven.
I tell a lie. So while you're open for business, you don't spend barter for your lifestyle at the beginning of the session. So you actually have 2 barter.
Oh.
So you could, in theory, pay for both Fulgur and both Fluffy and Dragonista to do this for you. But I think they both expect pay. You can tell me different, but it's like
Oh, lovely.
You're the one who's in charge. It's not my fault.
it's
I
not your
know.
fault. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's nobody's fault if you turned around and blasted somebody through the head with a laser beam.
They were gonna. It was an unfair fight. They were going to make an unfair fight with Fluffy. I just evened the odds.
Oh, I could have taken them.
I was going to say, Fluffy versus those guys, the event is actually in Fluffy's corner.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, but it was also more fun to do that. They were being rude.
All right. I'm gonna say no. I love this game. I love this game so much. Okay.
But I'm gonna say, fuck you. I will pay you guys. I will gladly pay you guys, whether in money or in
Dinner's
food and
here.
equipment.
All right.
If you get-
Mm.
Eat you all.
So,
That's
with
what
that
I
all
heard.
said, Iris and Gazelle, you come in right as Folger comes out of his little self-made sauna. He's bleeding, sweating, and the bar is shot to shit. So, what do you all do?
Clean up the bar.
I'll probably help. You're paying me after all.
I suppose I
Okay.
can help put things back. Is there any way to patch the giant hole in the wall?
I mean, we can hand wave that, I think, unless it's really
Okay. But just
unless
put a
it's
picture
really
over
plot
that.
relevant. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll put a picture of it.
Yeah, picture the Lich Lord in all his scully glory. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Holy shit! I have so many fucking notes to write. Oh my god. That was fun. I think that's a good place for us to call it. We have three different
Okay.
directions for people to go in. We have Sierra Series, who is somewhere underground with the Earth Elementals. We have Petty, who is slowly dying of neurotoxin in Snow's clinic, and we have a mysterious disease that needs several days and protection that will need doing for
Yeah.
Snow to fix. And we also, in order for us to do that, we need to go into the Forbidden Library to get
Yeah.
that information.
So, do I get...
And also, let's not forget, Folger needs to somehow unfuck himself because there's a gang war brewing, and he's getting blamed by both sides.
One side wants to kill me, the other side will do anything to make sure peace is arisen, which would still involve me dying. So
Yep.
they're both in dying too.
Might be a good price for your head now, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, that's an option, yeah, Fluffy. If you want to go and try and sell them out, that's an option. Just saying.
I know. So, do I get one barter back then?
Folger, it's up to you. Do you pay him now or do you pay him later? And rather, Fluffy and Bragnisa, do you insist on payment now or payment later?
Oh. You got me with the Discord.
No, I mean... I got shot. I feel like I should get compensation.
I kind of I got caught up in this whole mess. I probably need something to make sure I'm doing okay here.
Folger?
I've been working for him for a while. I feel like I deserve my pay. I don't know. You just kind of hopped on the bandwagon at this point, so...
Yeah, well, I didn't force my way into employment at all. With ultimate sarcasm.
But yeah, I pay them like I pay them now, like yeah.
With considerable good graces, you get your goddamn money.
Thank God.
Okay.
Guess
I
I'm
get
not
to help
selling you out today.
We'll help you. So,
No, no.
I think that's
So we know we need to go. There's strings attached. We have to help Fulgur fix their problem.
Yep. You three need to go get Sierra Seabreeze from the Elementals so that she can help you negotiate with the Ravens so that they don't want to kill Folger.
Mhm.
I will note there's also also an alternative. You do have a Skinner who just showed up, and Skinners their big thing is that they are good at manipulation. They're good at social ties. They're good at calling in favors. So just saying, you don't need to save your friend for the elementals, but it's an option.
Yeah, I mean, why talk when you have the gun?
Why talk when have gone? All right.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
See, Fluffy just makes sense to me.
Oh,
right.
gosh, I love playing with
Oh
you guys.
jeez.
All right, let's call it there. Any thoughts? Are there anything we want to red card or retcon that we aren't comfortable with?
Well, I had a question. Since I was driving my truck while you mentioned it, I didn't know if I had to do any experience things on my sheet. I don't remember which one you said was checked.
Your hard and your cool are highlighted. I don't think you did anything with cool. I think you rolled several hots for dangerous sexy, and you rolled at least one hard suck or someone. So you should have at least one experience. I would need to actually review the footage to see anything else.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It sounds like I don't think that the fight didn't last long enough that I had to keep my cool. So.
All right. So there is one last thing at the end of the session.
Yeah.
Each of you is going to go around and pick someone who either you think knows you better or knows you less than they did before. If they know you better, they're going to add +1 to their HX with you, and if they know you worse, they're going to take one less. So, Gazelle, you spent most of your time with Iris today. Do you think she knows you better now as a result of that?
I would say we've grown a little bit more knowledgeable of each other and each other's tendencies.
Yeah.
Okay. Iris, you think Gazelle knows more about you now?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So Iris and Gazelle both add +1 to your HX with each other. Does that push either of you up to +4?
Oh. Gazelle?
No.
So you would go up to +3 with Iris, and then Iris, you would go up to +2 with Gazelle. All right.
Yep.
So Fluffy, Dragonista, Folger, go ahead and pick someone who you think knows you better.
Fluffy.
I think Fluffy knows me better.
So Fluffy, go ahead and mark +1 with both Dragonista and with Folger. And then Fluffy, who do you think knows you better now?
I'm thinking Folger.
Folger, go ahead and mark +1 with Fluffy. Does that push any of you up to +4?
Nope.
No.
Okay. I asked because when you get to +4 HX, you reset down to +1, and you get to mark an experience. So that's just good to keep track of.
Gotcha.
Now,
So if they were minus before, does it go to 0?
it goes to +0, yes.
Okay.
+0.
Yep. So, now we get to do some more stat highlights. So go ahead and unmark whatever you have highlighted right now. Let's go down the line. Dragonista, who has the highest HX on your sheet?
Lith.
Oh, shoot. Fuck. Well, Lith...
Sorry.
No,
Well,
that's-
Lith and Iris. I think Iris was +3, but it's not on the sheet.
Oh, is it?
Mm,
Then yeah, go. Iris, go ahead and pick something for Dragonista.
okay.
Stat.
Yep. I would say hot.
And I'll go ahead and highlight your cool. Go ahead and mark that down. Iris, who has the highest HX on your sheet?
Let me look. Dragonista.
Dragonista, pick a highlight for Iris, please.
I'll do sharp.
And I'll go with weird again. All right. Okay, that brings us to Fulgur. Fulgur, who has the highest HX on your sheet?
You wouldn't believe it. But
Is it
go
Fluffy? Gosh dang it. Okay, go ahead and pick your favorite stat highlight. I'll pick the other one, all right?
Wait, my favorite what?
What do you want highlighted?
What do I want highlighted? Well, you see, I like. Big butt cannon.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that had to go into their head.
Can I have a cool that thing? You know,
can
I don't have
highlight
any
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I got-
Highlight cool, I'll highlight hot. That'll be very useful in your attempts to not die. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that leaves Fluffy and Gazelle. Fluffy, who has the highest HX on your sheet?
Fulgur and Iris.
Pick one to highlight a stat.
Let's do Fulgur.
Yes, sir.
What do you say?
I picked Fulgur
Yeah.
to pick.
God damn it.
We need a highlight, Yasha.
Apologies. What was that?
We need a highlight for Fluffy, please.
Oh, gotcha. For Fluffy, we're gonna highlight. What's... What does he have again?
+1 cool, +3 hard, -1 hot, +1 sharp, and +0 weird.
Let's go with hot.
All right, and I'll highlight his hard.
Hard.
You don't need to do that. Just get him shirtless. Anyway, Gazelle. Gazelle, who has the highest HX on your sheet?
What?
Who has the highest HX on your sheet, Gazelle?
Iris.
Iris, go ahead and pick.
Let's see. Sharp.
Sharp? All right, and I will highlight your hot.
Hooray.
Okay, there we go. That's our first
Yay.
session of Apocalypse World. We've already got 3. We've already got a gang war on the cards. That's great.
Yay!
Good job, everyone. That was an excellent session. I'm very excited. I have so many fucking notes to write down. Oh my god. Okay. Shit. Shit. Fuck. Okay. Thank you for playing, everyone. It was great to have you here. We can talk about what we like, what we didn't like in the Discord. Do we have anything else we want to move? Do we want to add?
Just thank you everyone for being on stream with me, and yeah.
All right. Thank you for playing, everyone. You have a good Sunday.
You too. Hi.
Everyone.
Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, well, chat. With that is the end of the session. So I do want to thank you very much for joining me today. With that, Let's see who is currently live. Let's see. Alright, I think I'm going to raid out to Husky Pup Gaming. Oh, true. Although I don't see Cody in my suggested ones. Is it just Cody? Bell. Yeah, and I'm just hold on one second. Bill, I will let you guide me. Should we do Husky or Cody? Or Shinny? I'm going to let you choose. Let's go Husky. Okay, we can do Husky. I'm just going to bring in their channel here real quick. I'm waiting for the ads to finish. And then we'll go Husky. Alright, so here's Husky Pup Gaming. We are going to start a raid. I do want to... Hey Sasha, you caught me right as I was getting ready to raid out. But hello. But everyone, thank you very much again for joining me tonight. I do appreciate you, and I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. So, I'm going to go ahead and raid out. We're going to do exclamation point RR. Phantom, if you're on, or just do this. I'm going to do exclamation point RR.
Connected to Jinx.
Alright. So there is my raid message. Just go ahead and copy that. We're going to paste that into the thing. And we're going to go ahead and raid. Here we go.
Maybe work on my novel, and I won't.